an individual in a moment. Just hang tight. I did not realize how wrinkled the other shirt was. Can't have a wrinkled shirt on a live stream. Too many people are going to bring it up. All right, Eric, I see you. Give me a second. Hold on here. Hang on to your horses here. All right, we're good. How do we fix the division in this country? By multiplication. Like that math joke there, Erica? How we fix the division in this country? By multiplication? No?
No. I didn't.
It's pretty good.
To be fair,
It's good.
fair, because there's a slight delay for the people when you're watching. When you bring somebody up, you miss a couple of seconds of what the other person's saying.
To be fair, it wasn't funny.
I missed the joke, but multiplying and dividing are the opposite of each other, so I'm not sure that.
Yeah, so that's how you fix it. Yeah, so you fix the division by multiplying it. It'll cancel it out.
Well, yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's what's the mathematical word for opposites? I can't remember. Inverse. They're the inverse of one another. There we go. Yeah, I remembered.
Yeah. All right. Matt is waiting. Yeah, Matt is live right now. That's right. He does Friday. Friday midday lives.
Bye.
You got to go over there. Yeah, you got to go over there, Erica. Sorry. I'll be live for a couple hours. I don't know how long Matt is live for on Fridays, but I'll be live for a while. So, if anybody can tell me how long is he typically live for, well, I'll almost certainly be live longer. She did. No, but she has like a commitment towards that. But yeah, she did dump me very quickly. That was quick. I can't imagine he's live more than like 2 to 3 hours. However, we do have a very, very similar following, so he might steal the show here. All right, guys, we are looking for opposition. Okay, opposition is anybody that voted for Trump. Please hit the request button at the bottom. Stephanie, hello, how you doing? I'm going to assume it's an accidental request since you can't hear me and I think you're friendly. Accidental request. Take care, Stephanie. I am doing well, John Wilson. I honestly would have been live earlier, but I was on my phone and I kept falling asleep. That hasn't happened in months. But hey, it's okay. Dems are cooked. What are they cooked on? What's the cooking? I prefer your lives more than Matt's. I enjoy your style. I like Matt a lot, California. I like Matt a lot. Matt actually helped me a lot get started on YouTube because I didn't know how to do the whole thing because it's actually a lot more complicated than you think to dual stream from TikTok to YouTube. It's actually super complicated, at least for me, because I know nothing about technology. So we had I would say multiple video calls adding up to 2 hours plus him helping me out. And plus he's been on my streams a lot, so I like him a lot. He's a good guy, but we probably do have different styles, I would imagine. But he's very knowledgeable on a bunch of things that I'm not. So he's more knowledgeable on I probably know more about I would say social issues than he does. But he knows a lot more about other things outside of that. Anyways. Hey, everybody, I hope you're all having a good Friday afternoon or morning or afternoon, evening, I don't know. But keep tapping and sharing, guys. Let's try to get the likes on up. We're only at 750, 772. We got to get those going. Matt and Nemo are good. Yes, they are good. Only he gets to eat, not us. Okay. Good morning, Steph. I guess you must be on Pacific Standard Time or Mountain Standard Time. He has diabetes. That's why. All right. All right. We are looking for opposition, though, okay? So if you did vote for Trump, make sure you hit the Washington. Okay. Washington. You may have possibly told me that before. I apologize. Hello, Marcus.
What's up, buddy?
Not too much. I just need to know your age. How old are you?
What's up about Washington, huh?
I
I'm
was
from
just reading a
Washington.
comment. I was just reading a comment.
I'm from Washington, dipshit.
That's good, man. That's good. I
What's
need to
your
know
issue?
your age. I need to know your
No, I'm
age. How old are
23,
you?
jackass.
Oh, yeah. You're the guy who just does this the entire time. Does this make you feel better? Is this therapeutic? Like, I'm
It makes me
genuinely
feel
asking.
good when I talk.
I'm sure
I
it
talk to
does.
little fuckers like you.
I bet it
I
does.
love talking shit to little fucking pussies like you.
I know. I'm sure it feels pretty good in the moment. But at night,
you're
you
just
probably.
a little weasel, bro. Stand up for the camera, huh? Stand the fuck up, little bitch.
But at night, you probably fucking hate yourself. So, like, right
No,
now, it
I
makes
hate
you feel
you, pussy.
good. Yeah.
I hate
no,
you,
I know
pussy.
how this works. I know how this
guarantee
works.
if you saw
Like right now, it's probably really relieving to like say all this shit to me. But he fucking hates himself when he goes to bed at night. We all know that.
Oh, buddy, I fucking love me way more than I love you. And if you saw me in person, you'd be
I'm
taking
sure.
fucking clothes off. You'd do whatever the fuck I told you.
Because people who love themselves do this all day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All day. Buddy, I'm inside making food right now.
You're inside of who?
I'm inside of my house making food right now.
That's great, man. I'm
You're
really
like a
happy for
little
you.
vole. Do you know what a little vole?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you don't even know what a vole is, bro. You don't know anything about nature. You're a pussy. You've never been outside a day in your life. You were probably the type of kid who sat inside fingering his asshole all day instead of being outside making forts.
My mom
you ever
is
go outside
calling
in the
me.
woods
My
and make
mom
forts?
is calling me. My
Go
mom
ahead,
is
pick up.
calling
Let me
I should
speak to her.
probably
Let me
answer
speak
this.
to her.
No, I gotta answer it. Hey, you keep calling me when I'm on a stream. Actually, this is the second time. I'm literally streaming right now, but I just started.
Oh, well, I'm just coming from the gym. I didn't know.
There's 155 people that you can talk to right now if you want. But
hey, everyone, Doug's mom. He's not living. I don't even have a basement.
all right. You had a good workout, but all right. Cool. I'll talk to you later, though. Okay.
Love you.
Love you. Bye. Jesus. All right. I told her to say that, guys. I'm actually really in her basement. I do live in her basement. I'm like there right now, you know. That's like she calls me a lot when I happen to be streaming. You know what she'll do? She'll like after I'm done or whatever, I'll talk to her later in the day, and she'll go like, "Oh, you got like so and so many views on YouTube," and when I'm like, "Mom, I know. Like I can see what my views are." She's like, "This was a great stream. You got like 8,000 views." She did call from upstairs. Yeah, I don't know if you guys heard or not, but she was trying to be quiet. She's not political in the least bit. Like she just isn't. She just like she is just completely apolitical. The only thing that she will ever talk about when it comes to politics is her just being very pro-choice. That's it. She's just incredibly pro-choice. Outside of that, she honestly doesn't give a crap about politics. I've tried getting her to, but she's 72 at this point. I don't think it's going to happen. I'm able to get her to vote for the people we need her to vote for. I can get her to do that, though. So at the end of the day, we can make that happen. Yeah, no, she's supportive. Listen, you can't force people to be into it, to be into politics. Yeah, I'll take the vote, because at the end of the day, I guess that's ultimately, I don't want to say the only thing that matters, but it's a big part of it, right? Am I actually a communist? I wouldn't say I'm actually a communist, no, but I do play into the joke that I am, because you guys just think anybody who happens to be a Democrat or votes as a Democrat is a communist. So, am I one? No. Or am I just left? No, I would just say I'm a leftist. I wouldn't say I'm a communist. And also, too, I think a lot of people get the labels wrong anyhow. Like, for example, Mamdani and what's his face in Michigan, Abdul. They call themselves Democrat socialists, but they're not. Like, what they talk about, what their policies are, it's that of like a social democracy. It's not. They're not Democrat socialists. I don't know why they call themselves that, because that's just not what they are. I'll take what they are, but it's not that. I mean, they could be deep down, but I don't think they can really put those views forward if they are. Anyways, X, how you doing?
Pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking.
So, yeah, the Democrats are not left. They're the most left in America, but that's center right.
Yeah. I am just looking for opposition, though. By the way, are you just like opposition's like anybody's on the right, or anybody voted for Trump? Sounds like you don't fall into that category, are you?
What
But
do
I
you
do agree with what you
what?
just said. I do agree with what you just said. But I am just trying to talk at this moment to Trump supporters.
Oh, I'm not a Trump supporter,
No, that's
but
fine.
I
No worries. No
do.
worries. I didn't make it clear before. Let me go ahead and bring you down, though, because I am only strictly looking for opposition Trump supporters. But again, I agree with what you said. I agree that Democrats are not on the left. They are like, depends which one we're talking about. Some of them may be like center, but they're mostly like center right. Because being liberal is not left. Being liberal is still like center right, despite what people will say. He wasn't. I don't think he was. I asked him. I asked him if he was an op. He said no. I'd love to see America adopt some version of the Nordic model. No, I would too. I mean, I would prefer that, but even again, that is not. It's just a social democracy, but it's going in the right direction. It's going in the right direction. I like it. But yeah, if somebody's like a democratic socialist, they just want to get to socialism by means of a democracy, right? Rather than somebody who's just a strict socialist, they want to do it via like a takeover of the government or a revolution, so to speak. And I just don't think that's reasonable or possible. There's probably going to be people that disagree a little bit, but I just don't think that's something that's likely to happen, to just have a revolution or a takeover of America and have it become socialist. I think if we ever will, which is, I think, a very, very small chance, it would be via the means of like a democracy to get to socialism. Beard is fired today. Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. You know, it's been getting itchy lately, and it's been getting a little annoying. It's been getting a little annoying. So I may have to keep it shorter, and then I get a little bit of dandruff too from it. Luckily, I have dandruff shampoo that I really scrubbed in. I showered right before this, so that's why my hair is like partly wet. But yeah, yeah, I don't know, guys. Again, Matt is live right now. I don't want to blame Matt. Although let's blame Matt. Let's blame Matt. We have a very similar following, and I don't know what like if he's getting a bunch of viewers and people right now, but we have like an incredibly similar following. So, and he typically goes live at this W blaming others, and he has a set schedule of going live Friday at around this time, which means people are more likely to like view that versus me when I do it more so random. But that still is the long-term goal. I do have a long-term goal of making like a schedule, because people are so much more likely to like watch and want to continue watching if it is a schedule as opposed to me doing it random. He was struggling earlier, so he restarted. All right, good. It's not just me. Good. Other people's failures make me feel better. That's a joke for people who are wondering. I like that. Boohoo. Gas and groceries is a few dollars more. Make more money. I don't think you said that when Biden was president, did you? Yeah, fuck you, David. I hate King E. He's insufferable. He's insufferable because he's not smart, and he just can't grasp basic concepts. That's why. At least when I talk to other ops, like, I'm not saying they're smart, but like, he's just not smart. What do you want me to say? Imagine being okay with paying more money for less stuff. Yeah, and I don't think anybody was okay a few years ago when inflation really went up, when Biden happened to be president at that time and things were more expensive. Nobody on the left was saying that was okay, right? The only difference is that we were just saying what the reasons were for that. There are different reasons why inflation goes up at different times. It's not always going to be the same reason. It's not always going to be the same cause. Nobody likes paying high prices, whether it was caused by like a president or whether it was caused by external factors. People don't really enjoy it, but there are different reasonings for these things. My father literally said, "Is it worth the cost increase?" Well, he cannot afford his bills. Or it is worth the cost increase. Apple got $2 billion in relief because of tariffs. Did not pass that. No, you're right. Apple got a couple billion. Many other companies got a few billion, several hundred million. Several companies got that. None of them passed it down. And so when we talk about, and I don't think we've talked about it much on this live stream, but Bernie Sanders, when he has proposed a 32-hour work week as opposed to a 40-hour work week, and anything about 32 hours being overtime, and people saying, well, like, companies can't afford that. Yes, they fucking can. Yes, they absolutely can. If they got hundreds of millions of dollars or billions of dollars in relief, they 100% could afford to pay a 32-hour work week and overtime beyond that. They just don't want to, right? They just want to have more money for themselves. That's all it is. So instead of the CEO making whatever the fuck they make, I don't know, tens of millions, they'll make singles of millions. Boo-hoo. You're still a fucking millionaire. Like, I just don't feel bad for you. I do not feel bad for you if your net worth goes from 100 million to like 30 million. I don't feel bad for you. Hey, Larry, how you doing?
Hello. What companies?
Hello. Sorry.
Companies get a return on investment. The amount of profits they make is not really the issue. It's the amount of money they put
Larry,
out.
I need to know your age. Larry, I need to know your age before we move forward.
65.
Please. Thank you. Okay, now we can speak. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Go ahead. You're talking about profits. Go ahead.
So to say that the CEO doesn't deserve it, I don't know if I kind of agree with you, but then again, he's getting that much money because someone else is willing to pay. The company feels that someone else is willing to pay him that much money, and they don't want him to leave.
Sure. I just don't think the work a CEO does is worth the tens of millions that they likely
You
are
don't
worth.
think
Like
Steve
that,
Jobs was worth the amount of money? Tim Cook was worth the amount of money?
what is their? How
Bezos
much do
was
they make a
worth
year?
the
How
amount
much
of
do they
money?
make a year? How much do they make a year? Let's see. How much does Tim Apple pay a year? Get paid a year? You get the joke?
Well,
No.
you have to look at not only salary but stock
No. Well, that only goes more to my point.
options.
That only goes more to my point. So
He gets paid a lot.
he gets paid about 75 million a year.
You're absolutely right. But I bet you if he left,
Mhm.
Google will put him in charge of Android and their products for 100 million.
Yeah, my point is though, why have him be making that much a year when, let's say, he could be making 10 million a year,
The
right?
same reason
And
that
pass those savings on to the people who are
if
doing the fucking
TikTok,
work.
if another platform came up in front instead of TikTok and paid you for your lives or whatever, 3
hmm
times more, you would go there. Same thing here. Apple says we have to pay them, and remember who pays them.
I understand.
It's not one person. It's
Larry, I
the
get what you're saying.
stockholders.
Larry, I get what you're saying. I just don't believe they should be getting that, though. I believe the
I
workers. I believe the workers should be getting a lot more
Well, I
because
think
they're
you're
doing the
picking the
brunt.
wrong company then,
They're doing the brunt of
because
the work. They're doing the brunt of the work.
and yes, but nobody would say Apple engineers are underpaid either. So that's the wrong company. Now, if you want to look
Oh,
at something
well,
like Walmart, where you might
what
have a
about
lot
Apple?
of,
And yeah, sure. I'm talking about just even people that like say work at an Apple store, for example, right? Like even them, they could be making more money.
but they
I'm
don't
talking about
have that
everybody.
same leverage as the CEO. They
I
can't,
know they don't.
they need to build up their skill set.
No, oh, no. See, that's the issue. I think I don't think it's a matter of the skill set. The CEO is not doing those things on a daily basis. They're not in the Apple store talking to people. They're not in the Apple store selling these things, right? I'm not saying that the people in the Apple store should be making millions of dollars, but they should be making whatever more than they are right now, which is probably close to minimum wage.
No, they actually do make more, but they're probably one of, like Costco, they are one of the higher paying ones. But putting that aside, what should they be paid?
I couldn't do the math right now, but more than whatever they're getting paid right now.
But you don't know what they're getting paid, and you say they need more.
Because I guarantee it's not. I guarantee an average person working at an Apple store, like just like the entry level job in an Apple store, I bet you they're making close paycheck to paycheck, or they are being
Okay.
close to. I bet
That's
you,
only if
like,
they're full time. Most of them are college kids,
okay,
retired people. I see them
okay.
hiring more. But here's the other point. When they went out to get a job, did they go out to get the worst job they could get? Or did they go out to get the best job they could get?
They get the only job that they really can get. It's not
No.
about the best or worst. No, no. If you're like most people get a job that they just can get to get by, right? Because they can't afford to just wait around to get a better job.
They
Sometimes they
they
can.
still choose what companies to apply to.
Okay,
So
what's your point?
because they go out and they say, okay, this is the best job I could get. They don't sit there and say, I'm going to go to the worst job. If they see that Costco is paying more than Walmart, that's where they apply first.
But
I'm
it's
sure
not
people
guaranteed.
apply
But
first.
right, but it's not guaranteed. Number one, that they can get a job at Costco, and I understand Costco pays them more. They get better benefits. I'm aware of that. That's great and all. However,
Yeah.
that's not up to them to get to get that job, right? They may have to just take another job that's offered because they need money, right? They have a kid, they have a spouse
Right,
that they need to support, and
right.
they just need something.
People take jobs for all types of reasons. Sometimes they need a job. But just saying, but every time you raise raise the salary, you're not really, when you have what you would probably call a living wage, I guess that's what you're after.
Yes.
Okay. There's really no such thing, because
Why not?
because just think about it. you give everybody a raise, so now everyone's at this level. The people at that certain level all compete for the same housing. They live in everything goes up because now all of a sudden one person says, "Boy, I have a little more. I'll move to a better place." That place only is 1,900, so let's move to that place. I'm paying 17 now. I can afford 19, and everyone else says, "Oh, let's go. Then I'll go over there too. It's nicer, so I'll pay the 1,900." And all of a sudden, the 1,900 becomes 2,100. Everything
No.
goes up. And the
Okay.
people above them that you're raising the salary to, now
But
they're going to want to raise, and the
that's
level above them want to raise.
but still though, even if that were to be true, it doesn't go up in relation to what they would be getting paid, right? I think, and I
In
would hope you
5
would agree.
months, you'd have
I
to
would
have a new living wage.
I would hope you would agree that people at the very, very baseline level should get paid something that they can afford to live on in terms of just being able to afford a basic rent,
I
basic
think that
groceries,
just the
things like that.
jobs that are entry level jobs, and that we need to do a better job. And I was a teacher for 30 years. We need to
Okay.
do a better job of making sure children understand that what they do and how they lead their lives in middle school and high school and how they prepare
Thanks, Paige.
themselves will determine what job they get. And to
Yeah, but
build
I
and to
don't think.
take
But that's still
school
not addressing the issue.
seriously.
But that's still not addressing the issue. And I got to read the Venmo real quickly. Tammy, thank you for the $5 on Venmo. It says, just for reference, the Apple CEO is making 533 times more than the average Apple employee.
And he obviously could get that somewhere else.
But do you think Tim Cook is doing 533 times more work than the average Apple
He
employee?
doesn't have to do that much more work. He just has to make the decision.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
point, though.
No,
That's the point.
if the only decision Steve Jobs ever made was, "Oh, let's do an iPhone," if that was the only decision he made, he's well worth that money. If he sat on his ass for the next 70
He's
years,
worth tens of
he was there.
millions. He's worth tens and hundreds of millions, whatever the fuck Steve Jobs
Considering
was.
what that idea brought in, yes.
But why
'Cause you
can't we
would-
pass?
you-
But why can't we pass those on to the workers who actually did the work to make that
Because
to
then
make the iPhone
Apples are very
happen?
bad because apples have, and I would agree, Apple works on like a 22% profit return on investment. They're a very bad choice. But a regular company only makes 9 to 13% ROI. If they raise everyone's salaries, they won't. They would have to raise prices. Then you're talking competition
They
from
may
outside
go up
the country.
They may go up a little bit, but still not in relation. Because when we look to Nordic countries that do have a higher minimum wage, we don't see this issue occurring. In fact, we see them having a better quality of life. We see less people.
California lost thousands of fast food jobs.
I'm not talking about California.
Well,
I'm
that's
talking about
a
the
place
Nordic
where they
countries.
put raised the minimum wage, and fast food went. A lot of jobs went away. A lot of restaurants closed.
Why do you think that happens?
It happens because especially restaurants, also a poor example because they run on such slim margins at times.
Okay, so what? And guys, we can get to new gets at 10,000 likes. So what is it you were trying to propose? What is it that you would want? Because I would assume you want people to have a better quality of life, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So number one, we really need to start in the schools. We need to make sure that people understand. We need to make sure that when that they have to build up a skill set to get a good job. They need to start their work life as early as possible, build up skills. Take real courses in college.
But Larry, that's a very great idea and everything. But how would that even occur? How would we make that happen? Where would that have to start to make that occur?
It would have to start I'm sure some schools are doing it now, but you would have to revamp the schools are going to have to buy in. But
Buy in what?
But
Buy in
for
what?
people, 30 years they graduate people that can't read. They graduate people that can't write, and then you expect them to get a living wage.
So you don't want those people graduating? I'm like, what is it that you would like?
No, if you have standards, people will meet the standards. The
Okay,
problem is, in any society, when you don't have standards, they're going to go along with it.
Okay, but I don't think getting rid of the Department of Education and essentially
Department
demolishing
of
it
Education has nothing to do with education. All it did was
the Department of
put out
Education
the
has
money
nothing to
for
do with
the free
education.
lunch, say that you had to allow men and girls sports. They don't deal with
now we're getting
math,
into
social
crazy
studies,
shit. All right,
English,
Larry,
or science.
Larry. Now
They
we're
have
into
nothing
crazy
to do
territory.
with it. That's all state money.
Larry.
State
Now we're getting
funding.
into crazy territory. We're getting into crazy territory. What the fuck are you talking about with men and girls sports? What does that have to do with the Department of Education? All right, we were having an okay conversation up until that point. You're on mute. I don't know if you're on mute, but I don't know why you feel like you had to bring up transgender people. Why is this always the thing you guys have to bring up? You're on mute. You can unmute yourself. But guys, we can get to you guys at 10,000 likes. I'm trying to give him the option to unmute, but I don't think he is doing that.
They mandate.
Mandate what? Why did you have to bring up transgender people?
Because that's what they mandated. They don't do
Mandated
anything
what?
educationally.
What did they mandate specifically?
During the Biden administration, they mandated that they sent letters and they threatened the DOJ that they were going to bring charges if you didn't allow. So that's what the education
If they didn't
department
allow
did.
what? No, this is not
If
true.
you didn't
This is
allow
not true. This is not true,
biological
Larry.
men in women's sports.
Larry, this is not true. Where are you getting this from?
Absolutely true.
So why don't you provide some evidence for that claim?
How am I supposed to provide evidence right here? Just go Google it.
The way that you learned it, that's the way I want you to provide the evidence.
That's
yes.
Way. You now name something they did educationally.
No. Larry, you just did. Larry, you just
claimed
said that they were going to...
You say by doing... I gave you something that they did.
Larry, you said they were going to press
charges.
You
want me to Google
if they didn't allow men and girls sports or girls and men's sports, whatever the fuck you said. Yeah, I want you to provide evidence for this. Yeah, because it's a pretty bold claim. It's a pretty bold claim.
It's not a bold claim.
It is a bold
claim. It's true.
If everyone knows it's true, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now.
Okay. That was the mandate.
Larry,
the education department
Larry,
of Joe Biden said that Title IX...
You talking louder isn't going to help here. Okay. I don't know why you're obsessed with transgender people.
Because you can't. You know it's a fact, and you want.
So provide the evidence.
To go away.
So I would like for you to provide the evidence, please.
Okay.
So provide the evidence.
I have to look it up. What do you think? I keep it here.
Do it. Then do it.
Okay.
Then do it.
Let's go. Because they did it through Title IX.
So go ahead and provide the evidence here, all right?
Okay. And they sent the letter out.
So come on.
Okay. The U.S. Department of Education proposed a Title IX rule that would make blanket statewide bans on transgender athletes illegal while giving schools some flexibility to set sport-specific limits.
Okay, so that's not at all what you said.
Okay.
First of all,
it's exactly what I said.
That is not what you said.
Then
you mentioned nothing about flexibility.
And they would then
hold on. Where are you reading?
Yeah, limits.
Because there was no mandate. Larry, you mentioned nothing that you said a mandate. Okay. What you read was not a mandate.
When you threaten the DOJ, this is what Title IX means.
Larry, you claimed there was a mandate. What you just read was not a mandate.
Okay.
That wasn't a mandate.
Okay. It was a strong suggestion backed by a DOJ lawsuit.
A strong suggestion is not a mandate.
Backed by a DOJ
Larry,
lawsuit.
a mandate is something that you have to do. It's something that you have to do. I'm sorry. That's what a mandate is.
It's something that they had to do, else the DOJ was going to get them on Title IX.
So the DOJ was going to go ahead and charge
No.
them
The
because they
Education
didn't
Department
allow
was going to
transgender
rule
people
them
into
in
prospective
violation
sports.
of Title IX and open an investigation through the.
I shouldn't be laughing at white boy's comment, but it is pretty funny. Tammy, thank you. Tammy, thank you for kicking in. I appreciate you so much, Tammy. All right, white boy, let's not get into anti-Semitic territory. However, your comment was a little funny, but I, as a Jewish person, can say he did sound a bit Jewish. Toyota, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up?
Not much, man. How old are you?
30 something. Why?
New York Jew. Yes, he did very much sound like a New York Jew. Okay, cool. Anyway, so did you vote for Trump?
What?
That's a tough question. I know. Stumped you there. I really got you in a corner there with that question, huh? So,
Trump can't make
did you vote for?
groceries
Did you vote
cheaper.
for Trump? Did you vote for Trump?
He can't make groceries cheaper. That's why he hasn't.
Did you vote for Trump? Yes or no? It's a simple question. You can say no. You can say yes. You can say whatever the fuck you did. I know. All right, man. Well, if you can't answer, I'm gonna have to kick you, unfortunately. You ready to answer it? And goodbye. Okay. There's a chance he might have been slightly embarrassed, yeah. All right, guys, we are looking for opposition. Anybody that voted for Trump, please hit the request button. Yes, Larry sounded like one of my uncles. Like one of my random cousins or uncles that I've never met. Hi, Grundle. How are you doing?
Hi,
Hey, how old are you?
35.
All right, cool. Did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
Okay. So he said he was going to make gas and groceries cheaper. Why do you believe he hasn't done that? Or why do you believe he said that?
Why do you think he said that?
Mhm.
Because he was on the verge of doing it.
But do you think presidents have the ability to unilaterally lower the prices of gas and groceries?
I think their price is indirectly affected, like their policies.
So he said he was going to do it on day one. Well,
Right.
he hasn't.
I don't think that's
Right.
possible, no.
All right, so he lied about that, but still things
Sure,
aren't cheaper.
He lied
Well-
because any idiot that believes they can do it on day one, right?
Well, no, he shouldn't have said that then. But anyways, he still hasn't done it almost 2 years into it, or a year and a half, whatever. Still
Well, he was
hasn't.
doing it until we got involved in a war in Iran.
He wasn't. Groceries
was.
weren't getting cheaper. Groceries were not
Yeah, they
getting
were.
cheaper.
too.
No.
Gas is still cheaper than it was under Biden.
First of all, Grundle, groceries weren't getting cheaper because we were still at like 3 to 4% inflation at that point. So groceries couldn't have gotten
Debatable.
cheaper. They would have. Well, it wasn't debatable. We can look at
It
the U.S.
is
Bureau
because
of Labor
food and energy is
statistics.
not calculated in consumer energy prices.
Right,
know
but you
that.
can you can look at specific
So
food
food and
inflation.
energy is what you're arguing about.
You
That's
can
not
look
any
at you can
inflation
look at
number.
you can look at inflation in relation to food, and that
Why are
still
you
wasn't
cutting me
in
off?
deflation because you were incorrect about that. And then when it comes
Because
to
I am
gas,
correct about it. Show me in the inflation index, consumer inflation index, where it shows food and energy.
I'll show
Go
you
ahead.
food inflation right now. Yeah, for sure.
No. Consumer
Yep. No,
price
food
index.
inflation. So food inflation is
Inflation.
food inflation is about 3% right now. So
No,
how could it
no.
have gotten
Show
cheaper if
me.
it's at
Show
3%?
me. Show me where it is on a consumer price index.
But we're looking
CPI
specifically at
inflation. That's what you're referencing, right?
no. We're looking at specifically U.S. food inflation. I'm not even looking at just
So
inflation overall.
not CPI inflation then.
But if groceries got cheaper, we wouldn't see food inflation at 3% roughly right now.
So you're saying that food and energy is on the consumer price index inflation numbers?
No. We're looking
Yeah, that's
specifically.
what I
we're
thought.
looking
That's
at
what I
we're
thought. I just
looking
wanted
at
to
different.
correct you because you're wrong.
Grundle. So how could groceries have gotten cheaper?
Who removed it from the consumer price index?
Grundle, you're still not responding to what I'm saying.
Who
How could
removed
groceries
it
have
from the
gotten
consumer price index?
Grundle? How could groceries have gotten
the Biden
cheaper if it's at
administration,
3%?
right?
How
Yeah.
could groceries have gotten cheaper if it's at 3%?
It's not.
Can you just
Your numbers
can
are
you just respond?
incorrect.
They're incorrect. They're just made up
Yes,
numbers.
I go by the consumer
Really?
price index. You are
Okay.
not.
All right. Cool. So the numbers
Who
are made
removed
up.
who
Groceries
removed food
could
and
have
energy
gotten
from the
cheaper.
consumer price
All
index?
right. So
Doug?
we can move on to gas now. Gas is not cheaper than when Trump entered office. When Trump entered
Oh, it
office, it was
absolutely is.
$3. When Trump entered office, it was $3.19.
It's cheaper than it was under Biden, so we're good.
When Biden left office, it was $3.19.
What was the highest it was under Biden?
We're not talking about the highest. We're talking about what
Right.
it was
Is
when he
Trump
left
out of
office.
office yet?
Why would you compare
Is
it
Trump
to the
out of
highest?
office yet?
Why would you compare it to the highest when we're comparing it to when he left office? That wouldn't make any fucking sense.
So
That seems to be
So
very
com-
convenient to be able to do it. No. We're doing it what it was when he left office, right? Because of course gas would have gotten more expensive. Anybody who was president at that time, gas would have gotten more expensive, right? Demand went up when there was a low supply of it. No shit, that fucking happens. Why would you compare it to
great.
that
So
point?
like, why don't you do this live when Trump is out of office? Then you fucking idiot.
I do these lives every day so we can get to that
Right.
point.
So
But
like,
right
why
now,
are you
but
disingenuously
Grundle,
comparing it to when
it's not
Biden left office?
disingenuously.
You fucking
We're
fruit.
comparing it to what it is right now. Trump has lowered gas, even though he said he would.
Guys, is Trump still in office?
Yes, so he has not lowered
Okay,
it.
so 2 years into
Grundle,
Biden's term.
We're
Shut
not
up, Doug.
talking about 2 years. We're
into
talking about what it
Biden's
is when
term,
he
what
left
was
office. That's
What was the
incredibly
price of gas 2
convenient.
years
That's
into Biden's
incredibly
term?
convenient. Why would we compare it to that when it was
Why
when
would
it
you
was when he
compare it
left
to the middle of
office?
his term? Why don't you compare
Because
it to the middle of
this
Biden's
is
term?
current day. This is current day right now.
Doug, what
Why
was
would
the
I
price
compare?
of gas
Grundle, I
in the
understand
middle
this
of
is
Biden's
very
term?
fucking inconvenient for you. I understand you voted for Trump and you thought he was going to lower
I
gas
think
and groceries, but that's
you're
not what's happening right now. And I understand that's really bothersome for you, but we have to compare it to what it is right now. If when Trump leaves office and gas is
How about
cheaper,
highest
then
versus
cool.
highest?
We can have that conversation at that point, but we can only
Sure.
compare it to
Yeah,
what it
it's
is right
higher
now,
than it was
Grundle.
when Biden left office, Doug.
Biden left office $3.19. It's higher than that right
Great,
now.
man. Yeah. Okay. Now, what was
Okay.
Biden's under when he was 2 years into his term?
Why would you compare it to that when it was when he left office? Trump couldn't. Hold on. So
Right.
the claim
What's
was
gas
that
right now?
the
What's the
claim
national average right now, Doug?
about $4.09.
Okay. Is that higher than 319?
Yes.
Will it be lower by the time Trump leaves office?
Don't know. We're not in the future. We're in
Right. We
current
don't
day.
know that. So you have a
So right
disingenuous
now,
argument.
Trump has not lowered gas. He has not lowered gas, even though he said he would.
You're
Just admit
arguing
it.
a
Just
fallacy.
say it. Grundle, just say that Trump has not lowered gas. Just say it.
Trump hasn't lowered gas yet. You're right.
Cool. There we go.
Is his term over yet?
Even though he said he would on day one. We don't know what it will be at the end of his term.
Who the fuck believes that he would do it in the first day of office, and how would he do that in the first day of office?
90% of the Trump supporters I spoke to said
Yeah,
within the
90%.
first year that gas and
90.
groceries would be cheaper.
Doug,
Every
why do
single
you do
one
this to yourself,
basically
man?
every single one that I spoke to said, I'm voting for Trump because I had more money in my pocketbook when he was president.
Yeah,
Every
I do have
single
more
one.
money in my pocket, by the way.
Cool. Things aren't cheaper.
Is this term over yet, Doug?
We can't talk about the future because we're not in the future,
Right,
Grundle.
and you can't talk about the past, right? Because Biden's not president anymore. You
We're
fucking
gonna talk.
disingenuous douche.
We're gonna talk about what it was when he left office. That's
Right,
the
okay, what
only
was the price-
reasonable time to compare it to.
Yeah.
Why would you
what was the
compare it
price
to a
of
middle
beef?
of his presidency
What was the
when he
price of
left
eggs and
office it was
chicken?
cheaper?
What was the price of eggs and chicken?
So eggs and chicken represent all groceries.
What was the price of eggs and chicken when Biden left office?
Eggs and chicken don't represent all groceries. Grundle.
Who took food and energy
Grundle.
off the CPI index, Doug?
Grundle, I understand it's inconvenient for you, but
Who
groceries
took-
are
answer the
not
question,
cheaper.
Doug.
Grundle, at the end of the day, people care about what they're paying at the grocery store and what they're paying at the gas
No,
station.
only you
None
care
of
about it
those.
because you think this
Well,
is
that's what
content.
people pay. Grundle, people don't care about that. They care about what
Doug,
they
who
pay at
removed
the
those
gas
two-
at
who
the gas
re-
station, and they care about what they pay at the grocery
Who-
store. If they are
Doug,
paying
who
more,
removed
then what
that?
does it matter?
Who
Grundle,
removed it?
Grundle, that doesn't matter because at the end of
It
the
doesn't
day, they're
matter
paying
that
more.
the Biden administration took
Grundle,
food and energy off the consumer price index,
Grundle, if
so
they
they
are
can
paying more,
manipulate the
Grundle,
inflation
if they are
numbers.
paying more at the gas station and the grocery store, then what the fuck does anything else matter?
Doug,
Right?
Why would they?
That's
Why
what
would they
people
remove
think.
that?
Grundle, I understand you want to keep going to that, but that's irrelevant to the point because
Do
people
you
are
think
still
that maybe
paying
the
more.
inflation numbers under Biden were fake?
Oh, so they're fake numbers under Biden.
Why would
So
the
they
Biden
were.
administration remove
So
that,
wait,
Doug?
so they would have been more? Are you telling us inflation would have been higher under
Oh, yeah.
Biden? Okay, so at the end of the day, we're still not in deflation. Even if that really crazy talking point is true, things still aren't cheaper. So what are we
Why?
talking about here?
My guy, why would the Biden administration remove food and energy from the consumer price index?
Grundle, we're talking
Answer
about
the
how things are.
question, Doug.
Grundle, who gives a single fuck? People are
I
paying
care
more,
because
right?
you're being
I
lied
understand
to.
because
You're a
you are
fucking
trying.
liar.
You're trying to win an argument by semantics when at the end of the
No,
day, people
I'm
care
not trying
about
to
what
win
they're
an
paying.
argument. I'm trying to get you to concede the fact that the Biden administration removed food and energy from the consumer price index to manipulate their fucking inflation numbers. You lying bitch.
Grundle, whether that's true or not, people are still paying more. Let's say I grant you that.
I don't
Cool.
care, Doug. His term is not over.
Grundle, people care. People
At this
care
point
who
in
have.
Biden's term, gas was over $5, Doug.
We're not talking about that. People are still paying more, and via his approval ratings, people are understanding that.
It's like
People
arguing
are
with a
not
brick
approving
wall.
of what he's doing so far. So if we're looking at the approval rating when it comes to the economy, he has a really shit approval rating. Why would that be the case?
Doug,
Why would that be
I'm
the
not
case?
arguing with you. You have no argument.
Okay. So if we look at the economy, his approval rating when it comes to the economy, it's minus 28.8.
Again, you're saying numbers, but you're not showing any data.
I just showed you it, minus 28.8.
You just showed me it? Where?
So if you go to Nate Silver's polling site, it'll be
Doug,
there.
you're not broke. Do you have another device you could use?
Grundle, we can go to The Economist, we can go to Nate Silver's site, we can go to any aggregate polling site, and we can look at Trump's approval rating when it comes to the economy, and it's shit.
And why is it shit? Because gas and groceries, Doug?
Because people are paying more, and people don't like paying more.
Doug, they were paying way more under Biden.
How could they have been paying more if things are more expensive now?
Doug, they were paying way more under Biden.
Grundle, if people are paying more
gas
right
was
now...
$5 plus a gallon.
Grundle, when he left office, it was $3.19. It is higher now.
When did it become $3.19, Doug?
In January of 2025.
Right. And what was it in
according
December?
to the EIA.gov.
What was it in December, Doug?
Oh, you want me to go over that? In December?
Yes, because do you think that maybe...
It was probably $3.17, but I can probably pull it up. It was something like that.
Go ahead and pull it up there, buddy.
Okay. So you think it was more in December? Do you think it was more in December?
I mean, if it was less, doesn't that defeat your argument?
So let's see here. No. No, because typically things in wintertime go down and it starts to go up in January, February. So, yep, it's $3.13, $3.17, December, November. So January is $3.19. So right now it's $4.06. It's $4.06. Trump or Grundle. People paid $3.19 in January. It's $4.06.
Why did it go up, Doug?
Because that's what happens when winter ends. Gas tends to go up.
And what's the price of gas right now, Doug?
$4.06.
And was it ever lower than that?
People are paying right now. People aren't paying in the past.
Was it ever over $4.06?
Yeah. June it was $4.18.
I know. So
cool. So it's still more.
Doug?
So it's still more.
Is $1 more at the pump hurting you?
People are paying more. People don't like paying more.
Sure. And I don't like to pay more. And I would actually say
great.
That what?
Great.
Would you say that I would have to pay more to get universal health care for you?
Oh, so we're now talking. I already have it. I'm a veteran. I have universal health care.
You're not a veteran, bro.
I'm a veteran.
Where'd you serve? What's your MOS?
It's not MOS in the Air Force, you dumb fuck. It's AFSC.
It's a fucking Air Force guy. Yeah, let me know when you're fucking...
there it is. There it is. Now I don't meet your standards.
You're talking to
now I don't meet your actual standards.
0311.
So before I wasn't a veteran.
Bravo,
now I am a veteran, but Air Force
doesn't
doesn't count now. There we go. You're just pissed that I'm a veteran and really ruins your idea of me.
How am I pissed that you're a veteran? You're not a veteran.
Because it really ruined your idea of me. You thought I was some person that lived in my mom's basement.
First of all, it actually literally solidifies my idea of you.
What, that I was
you would be
a veteran?
Fucking Air Force, bro. You never deployed once.
So me being a veteran, so me being in the Air Force, that just doesn't count to you now?
No,
really?
Absolutely not. Not if you saw no comment.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy.
All right, so we keep moving the goalpost here.
How am I moving the goalpost? Were
Well,
you deployed?
we moved the goalpost in the beginning
Where
about
the
gas
fuck?
and grocery
Where the
prices.
fuck did you?
Before
where were you deployed?
before it wasn't that I'm a veteran. Now that I am a veteran, it's not, it doesn't count because I was in the wrong. I was in the wrong. I should have been in the army. I should have been in the. I should have been in the Marines or something, right?
look a little shit,
Like that.
dog.
That's the only thing that would have counted apparently to you. Because if I said
Yeah, I
Navy,
mean,
that
it
would have been.
solidifies how
Because
much
if
of a
I said the
pussy you
Navy, that would have been gay to you. And if I'm in the Air Force, that's the chair force to you. So I had to
No,
have
I
been in
respect
the
the
other
Navy
two.
more than I respect the fucking Air Force, dude.
Okay.
You weren't deployed.
Well, whatever
so how are you gonna call yourself a
I
veteran?
said, any answer that I gave you, you would have said I don't respect that. Whatever
How
the
many
fuck
years
answer
were
I
you
would
in the
have
Air
given.
Force, dog?
I was in 4 years, Gruntle, but it doesn't matter.
4
You're
years,
trying.
right? Okay.
Yeah. So what you're trying
Did
to
you
do
do that
now?
to
You're
get paid for
trying. You're
college or
now
something,
you're trying
man?
to now you're trying to discredit it because you don't like the
I
idea
am
that it was in it.
discrediting you.
I know you are.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I did 2 tours
Thank
in
you, Edge.
Afghanistan. We are not
I'm
the
really
same,
happy.
Doug.
I'm really happy for you,
We
man.
are
That
not
doesn't
the
make
same,
you.
Doug.
That doesn't make you any better. I know it makes you
It
think
does,
that you're better.
actually.
Really?
It
So
does.
because
Yes,
you
because you
saw
did 4 years in the Air Force,
because
Doug.
you were
Doesn't make you
over
a
there,
vet.
that makes you better. Really? That's odd. Why
Yeah,
does that
I
make
was
you better?
0311
Why does that make you better?
because I
Howdy,
actually
partner.
fought for this country. You fought for nothing.
Fought for this country
You
for
took
what?
advantages of services and were never deployed.
Wait. So you fought for this country. What did you do? What did you gain for this country?
Again, I just told you I was 0311.
No. What did you give this country? What you being
My
over
life.
there? What did you provide for us?
My life, shrapnel to my fucking arm.
You're alive. You're alive right now. So your life, no.
Yeah,
You're alive.
thankfully.
Cool. What did you?
I
What
actually
did you
spilled
fight
blood
for?
for this country. You did nothing.
What did you gain for that? You spilling quote unquote blood. What did you gain from that?
What do you mean?
What did America
American
gain?
values while you're sitting here trying to destroy
America
them.
gain for that? What did America gain from that? What did we get? Because you quote unquote got blood for the country, spilled blood for the country.
Right. What you're trying to do is
No,
you are
I'm
literally
asking.
doing the country
I'm asking.
a disservice by
I'm
doing this.
asking
The
what
fact that
you
you're
gained.
a veteran is a disgrace.
I'm asking. I'm sorry. I'm a veteran. I'll go back in time and not be a veteran to make
No,
you
no,
happy.
you're not a veteran. You're a disgrace.
Okay, Tammy, thank you for the $10 on Venmo. I appreciate you, Tammy.
Good luck with your
Tammy in the
grifting,
comments.
Doug, all right?
Yeah, I appreciate it. Tammy, thank you.
Yeah.
Says, hey, that's not true. BLS continues to include food, gas, and other all consumer goods. Also, Biden's high gas prices were Trump's fault, too. I didn't kick him. He kicked himself. All right. We got a lot of people in the request box there. All right, guys, we are looking for opposition. If you voted for Trump, please hit the request button at the bottom of the screen. If you're joining live, click the follow button on the top left. If you're watching on the tube, make sure you subscribe. Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Doug, man. How are you?
I am doing well. How old are you?
Fantastic. 36.
Okay, cool. 36. And did you vote for Trump?
Actually, man, I'm still trying to recover from laughing so hard. Dude, you just cooked the shit out of Grundle, man. Like,
Okay.
you embarrassed him.
Did you vote for
And
Trump?
honestly,
Did
I
you vote for
appreciate
Trump?
it.
Did you
I
vote for
appreciate you
Trump?
cooking these
Trump,
MAGA,
did you vote for Trump?
these
Yes or
MAGA
no? Trump, did you vote for Trump? Yes or no?
No, Trump sucks. What are you talking about?
Oh, all right. So we're only looking for opposition.
Hey,
You got to go
wait,
ahead and bring
wait.
it on. No, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Yeah, he was trying to do something. I know it. He was trying to do something disingenuous. That's all I know. He says W guessed to himself. Vincent, you're on mute and you're off screen. Sharia law have more in common with right-wing political ideology. That is true. Hey, are you there, Vincent? Yes, no? All right. Hey, guys, if you're watching on TikTok, make sure you subscribe on the tube. If anything, just to read the comments there. They are very fascinating. Hey, mister, what's up?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Howdy, partner. I am doing well. Thank you for asking. I just need to know your age first. How old are you?
I'm 39. I voted for Trump.
39. Okay, cool. And do you still support him?
Yeah. I mean, hell, gas is cheaper here in Georgia. Food's cheaper here in Georgia.
Cheaper
Why would
than
I
what?
not love it?
Cheaper than what?
Well, right now at the pump is $3.61.
Wait, cheaper than what? Cheaper than what?
Oh, cheaper than Biden's second year in office.
But when Biden left office, it was cheaper than it is now. Why would you
Oh,
compare
we're
it
not
to
comparing.
his second year? Are
Well,
you the
because
same
we got
guy as
better
before? Or
second year, second year.
it sounds like you're the same guy as before under a different account.
Well, no, you got to look at second year to second year. You got to go
What
apples to apples, not apples to
apples to
oranges.
apples? People don't
Yeah.
really care about the past prices. They care about what they're paying now, and if it's more, then people don't give a shit.
Okay. Well, you said how much was gas in December when Biden was in office?
When Biden left office, it was $3.19.
Well, you said in December, wasn't it higher?
December of like the month before, it was
2024.
2024.
Yeah.
$3.25.
Okay. Well, I'm only paying 50 cents more right now.
Okay, so that's more.
Yeah, but it's not much more. Hell, I'd rather pay that
Okay.
than have Iran have a nuclear bomb.
Oh, so Iran was going to have a nuclear bomb. What evidence do you have of that?
Wow. Well, I'm not a DOD, so I wouldn't really know. But you know what? I believe everybody.
But what? Why
For the
did our
last
own?
39
But
years, everybody's been talking
Mister,
about it.
but our own intelligence said otherwise. Literally, our own intelligence said that they had no nuclear capabilities and they had no nuclear weapons.
Didn't didn't Obama, Biden, Kamala, Bush,
Kamala.
Clinton? Didn't they all say they all had it?
What
So
evidence did
they're
they?
all, they're all lying?
Hold on, I don't give a fuck about them. What evidence do you have that Iran had nuclear weapons
Well,
when we went to war with them?
every president for the last 40 years has said they had it. Why
No.
would we
What
not believe
evidence?
them?
No. We're looking at evidence that they had it. Somebody saying whether they had it or not is not evidence. I'm asking you to provide the evidence, and I highly doubt that they said that. But even if they did, that still doesn't make it true. I'm asking you
Okay.
for evidence. I'm asking you for evidence that they did
We
have
shouldn't
it.
believe anybody, huh?
That would justify us attacking them.
Well, everybody says it, right? I'm not a DOD, man, so I can't really tell you
Hold on,
what different.
but this is the same bullshit line back in the early 2000s with Iraq when people said, "Well, they had nuclear weapons. We don't know. We don't know if they actually had it. We just got to trust the government." Come to find out, they didn't actually have it. This time around, we also know they didn't have it because our own intelligence said they didn't have it.
Oh, they did?
Yes, our own
I
intelligence
haven't heard that report
specifically
yet.
said this was like a year ago.
Oh, it was a year ago. Okay.
This was like a year ago. They said that, and this would continue throughout when we went to war with
Who
them.
said it?
Thank you, Dr. Greg. Tulsi Gabbard,
Oh, Tulsi Gabbard did?
who was the head of
Did
intelligence.
she get kicked off?
Why does that matter when it comes to this? He
Oh, she's
tends
a
to kick.
liar anyways, man.
She's a liar because she said something that disagrees with
Did
your
you
argument
see
right
how
now.
much money she spent on a freaking ad
Oh,
for
you don't
herself?
care about you don't care about people making money. Otherwise, you wouldn't support Trump right now, who made $2 billion in office last year.
I don't care. You know, I'm making more
but
money
you
now
care,
than I was with Biden.
but you care about Tulsi Gabbard making money, or you think that's a
No,
bad thing. But
I
when
think
Trump
she's
does
a
it,
piece
then
of
it's
shit.
okay. But
She took money from the American people, man, to make a freaking ad
well,
that
so
ran
has
for
Trump.
what,
But
in
so
one
has
country.
Trump. But so has Trump. But you still support him.
Yeah, why not?
So then you're not being logically consistent. You don't like her for that because she's fired, because you have to dislike anybody that Trump
Made
fires.
money last year. You said
Because
he made
that's
what,
part of
$20 billion.
it's part of the MAGA cult. It's part of the MAGA cult that you have to disagree
How
with
did he make?
anybody that he
How did he
fires.
make money? He made money last year, while he was in office. How do you make money?
Oh, we can go through everything that he made money on. We can go through all the insider trading that you probably don't give a fuck about, but you probably cared about
Now, were these insider
when anybody
trading
else
that
has
was
made
through
it.
his company? These are through his company when his family was running it, or while he was running it?
Why are you justifying him making $2 billion off of his
Is it him or his family?
presidency? Him
Him or
and
his
his
family?
family. Both him and his family.
So we have proof that Trump did insider trading while he was
Yep.
in office. Himself did it, not his family.
And we also have proof that he also had engaged in money laundering. But that seems to be okay to you, too. Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's even true.
Well, of course, because if you believed it was true, then you couldn't support him, so you have to deny it.
I mean, you don't even have any proof of it.
His account got flagged for money laundering.
Oh, are you a lawyer?
His account got flagged for money laundering. Why do you
Oh, it
seem
did.
to? Why do you seem to question all of these
You
things?
asked
But when
me
it comes,
how I would know
to
if there was
anybody
proof in
else,
Iran.
when it comes to anybody else, that would be proof. Yes, and you don't have proof that they had nuclear weapons either. But
Right.
again,
You don't have proof about Trump. You're
we
not his
do have
lawyer.
proof, Mister. We do have. You don't need to be a lawyer to see that they got flagged for money laundering. Why would you
Oh,
need to be a
they
lawyer
got
for that?
flagged, so they didn't get. He doesn't get charged, so he didn't do it. He's allegedly done it.
Oh, okay.
You have
So
no
when he
proof.
gets so when he gets charged for something, that means he does it. That means it's
Yeah,
true.
because you have to be
Okay,
charged for
so
it. That's how
he
our
raped
country
Agent.
works.
Okay, so he raped Eugene Carroll because he got charged for that, and he was found civilly liable, right?
Well, there you go. You have to get proven guilty in court of law.
Okay,
That's how
okay.
we here.
So Trump raped her then, right?
Hey, if he got charged for it, he did.
So you voted for a guy that raped a person.
Hell yeah. Who cares?
Go fuck yourself. Jesus fucking Christ. Guys, who cares that the president, I don't want to keep saying the word on TikTok, but who cares that the president raped somebody? Hi, how you doing? Hi, how you doing? Okay. Well, that's really scary. That is really, really scary. Hope you guys are all having a good Friday afternoon. If you're enjoying the live, make sure you click the follow button in the top left. If you're watching on the tube, make sure you subscribe. If you're not enjoying the live, don't subscribe, don't follow. It's okay. I'll survive. Hi, Apple.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How old are you?
23.
23. Okay. Did you vote for Trump?
I did, but I've changed my views
Oh.
significantly since then.
Well, okay. Why is that?
For one, I've seen enough evidence he's a pedophile. That
Okay.
right there automatically makes him lose my support. Doesn't matter how much good he does from here on out. He's a pedo, so no,
I would agree.
he doesn't get support.
I would agree that should be all people need to not support a guy, right? I would agree. Even if somebody is amazing at their job as being a president, if they are a P3DO, that's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that goes for anybody.
Yes.
That goes for
100%. Yeah, I don't care if it's Clinton. I don't care if it's fucking Nancy Pelosi. I don't care if it's some random dude on the street.
But
Anybody, yeah.
I've been having a different way of thinking about politics in general. People shouldn't be able to get into politics as a career. It shouldn't be a career. I think we need everyday Joes who have everyday problems.
Yeah.
And that's how
I
the
agree
country
with
should
that.
be ran.
No, I think we should. I 100% agree. I think we should have more just average people being in politics because they know what it's like to be living in the day-to-day life, right? Because people who are politicians typically, not always, make high six figures, oftentimes in the millions, and they're not dealing with the problems that you and I would probably deal with, right? So why would they want to fix these issues if it doesn't affect them? But
Exactly.
I also think too we should be having more like people in the medical fields be politicians because right now typically we only see like people who are lawyers and things like that, and that's great and all. But I think we should have people in various fields, teachers, scientists,
Yes, teachers,
things like that. Yep.
people, ex or veterans
Yeah,
definitely need more recognition.
veterans. Yep, veterans, teachers, scientists, any other people in the medical fields. All of those things. We want people in various fields because they know about, they have certain aspects of knowledge that other people wouldn't have, and I think they can provide something. They can offer something to the people that they otherwise wouldn't be able to do that typical politicians don't today.
And
So
other thing, I think we should get rid of parties altogether. That creates a divide between the American people.
I also 100%
So
agree. I agree. I think inherently when you have two parties, it just creates that divide. It creates that like one versus the other type of thing, just because that's like human nature, right? So I think you're
yeah,
right. If we didn't have that, people would be more willing to vote for certain people because they don't have a D or an R or whatever's like next to their name.
yep. So it should be one party, the American people. That's
Yeah,
who votes,
sure,
and
sure.
that's who you get to support. That's it. You don't get the DNR or what's the Republican one? R and R.
Well, yeah, R or or an independent. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, if there wasn't just like a party and there was just people who did, I want people to have varying views, by the way. I don't want people to all have like the same exact views. I want people to have a wide variety. But you're right. I think it would be good if there was just one party, or at the very least, like many parties, to the point where it's sort of spread out and you don't have like one versus the other type of thing.
Yeah, because
Sort of like
that just creates
what occurs like in the UK, for example, right? Like they don't have like just one versus the other type of thing, and they don't have this big of a divide like we have.
Yeah,
so,
but
I agree.
I just wanted to finally get my opinion out there, see what other people think about it. But,
yeah. I'm right on board there with you. I appreciate that. But yeah, let me get to some people who do want to debate though. But yeah, I think that's good, and hopefully people take in what you said.
All right.
All right. Take care. All right,
You
Apple. Have a good one. That was very refreshing. That was very, very refreshing. I don't see why anybody would disagree with what that guy said. I don't care if you are a Republican or Democrat or independent or whatever the hell. I don't think anything he said would be disagreeable. Like it shouldn't be, at least. Charlie, how you doing?
I didn't mean to come up. I'm sorry, man.
No worries, Charlie. Take care. You almost kicked him. Well, good thing you didn't. Boys and girls sport. Commie views. Yeah. All right, guys, we are looking for opposition now, all right? So opposition is anyone that did vote for Trump and still supports him. Okay. If you are watching on YouTube, if you want to subscribe if you're enjoying the live, great. If you're watching on TikTok,
oh crap, that guy's gone.
Who's gone?
The guy that you were just talking to. I saw he was making stupid points. I agree with you. Trump is the worst. I just want to talk to that guy.
Wait. The last guy was making stupid points? You probably mean the guy before.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I left. I don't know. My bad.
Oh, okay. Because the last guy was saying like pretty reasonable things that everybody should agree with. But no worries, man. I'll go ahead and bring it down, okay?
W live.
Thank you. Communism has entered the chat. We have 17 parties in our country, 18 million people. How can you have 2 for $3.50? That's a very good point. That is a very, very good point. I do think that is an inherent problem. But is that going to get fixed anytime soon? I don't think so. All right. All right. Well, we don't have anybody else in the request box, so mods, if you want to invite people up, that'd be great. If you're watching on YouTube, you can call on in. The phone number has been posted periodically in the chat. Ooh, I needed extra caffeine today. Normally, I just put 1 Celsius packet in here, which is 200 milligrams, but I needed 2 of them. Running on 400 milligrams. I would prefer even more, but I don't think that would be a good idea. Presidents don't control gas prices, remember? Yes, that is the point. That is the point. So then he shouldn't have said that he was going to lower those prices if they don't control them, which they don't. All politicians sell your country and their own career out for about 70 to 90K annually to Israel. I am glad we are going in that direction, though, as a country, of people finally waking up to not funding Israel. And it is really odd that people are continuously asked that question if they're running for, like, senator or whatever in whatever random state, right? Like, or Mamdani, for example, when he was running for mayor in New York. Like, why ask about Israel when he has nothing to do with Israel? His role as a mayor in New York City will have nothing to do with Israel, and it shouldn't have anything to do with Israel. Or, again, like Abdul in Michigan, he has been asked it numerous times, even on, like, CNN and things like that, right? And CNN is, contrary to popular belief, they're, number one, it's run by somebody who's a conservative, and CNN really isn't left at all. Like, they really aren't. I don't know where this idea came from. Maybe at one point it was, but certainly not now. But yeah, like Abdul, he was asked numerous times about Israel, and I agree with his answer. Like, he is concerned about the people of Michigan, as he should be. Why the fuck would he be concerned about Israel when he's not running for senator or president or whatever the fuck of Israel? The idea came from Trump saying fake CNN. Well, Trump really played into those things a lot, and that's something that he was really good at. He was able to play into the fear mongering. He was and is able to play into the divide between the left and right. He was able to throw a huge ass wedge in there. And what he was able to do, especially in 2016, he did use a lot of like Bernie Sanders talking points to some degree, making it like the elites versus the common people. Now, we all know that Trump isn't the common people. He is part of the elite. But somehow he was able to convince people in 2016 that he was going to help the common people and he was going to get rid of the quote unquote swamp, right? And he was going to help get rid of the elites there. But that's really silly because he's part of the fucking elite. As would anybody who's a billionaire. You shouldn't be voting for someone who's a fucking billionaire. Why the hell would they be looking out for our best interests? Because we're not billionaires. We're not even remotely close to billionaires. Millionaires are closer to being bankrupt than they are billionaires. Like, I don't think a lot of people comprehend just how much $1 billion is, or multiple billions, or hundreds of billions. You have the ability to be one. Yeah, I don't think everybody has the ability to be one, but I don't think anybody ethically can become a billionaire. There is zero way that you can ethically be a billionaire. You're going to have to do it on the backs of people. You're going to have to use a lot of people to become a billionaire. You're just going to have to. There's no way you can do it otherwise. A billion is 1,000 million. Yeah. And like $1 million would be a shitload. Imagine making $1 million a year. That is something I think people can comprehend, right? I think that's sort of a comprehensible number. And that'd be a lot of money. I mean, that'd be an insane amount of money just making $1 million a year. You wouldn't ever have to worry about paying for groceries again, paying for gas. You wouldn't have to worry about your car breaking down. You wouldn't have to worry about some sort of health bill. If you get a surgery or you get some medications that cost a lot, you just wouldn't have to worry about any of it. All of those worries go out the window if you're making $1 million a year. Heck, if you're making $500,000 a year, if you're making even $250,000 a year, in most places, you probably don't have to worry about those major things, about gas, groceries, your car breaking down, any sort of bills that are going to come up unexpectedly. Again, if you're making $250,000, if you're sort of smart with your money. Obviously, if you're making $250,000 and you're really stupid with it, then yes, you are going to worry. But I think that's kind of on you at that point. But anyways, to get to the point of billions, right? We're talking about, again, 1,000 million. That's just we as humans just can't comprehend that number. Like, there is no difference in a lifestyle between somebody who makes 10 billion versus 1 billion. If your net worth goes from $10 billion to even 100 million, which is going down by a factor of 100, your lifestyle will not change. Cool, maybe you won't be able to afford that super yacht anymore. Boo-hoo. You still don't have any worry that the average person will have. None of those worries there will go there. Now, that's not to say that you're not going to just have normal human worries, sure, but I'd rather have anxiety and depression being a billionaire than have anxiety and depression making $50,000 a year. Like, I would prefer the latter. If you count to 1 billion, it'll take you 33 years. Not if I count fast enough. You don't speak for us, Doug. Yes, I do. I was told by certain people that I speak for everyone. Don't tell me otherwise. Would you donate your degree? I don't know what that means. Hi, Buster. Buster, how you doing? Buster. All right. I think it's comical. People still think presidents have anything to do with gas prices. Eddie, come on up and we can talk about it. That is sort of the point. Buster, did you vote for Trump?
Most deaf.
All right. How old are you?
26.
Okay. Do you still support Trump?
Most deaf.
Why?
Because he's our president. I
Okay.
respect
Do you
him.
think he's doing good? Do you think he's doing a good job?
Not like 2016 Trump, but he's doing all right.
All right. What do you think he's doing a good job at currently?
Holding people accountable.
Holding who accountable?
The election in 2020. People need to be held accountable.
Who's being held accountable?
China.
For what?
You know what?
No, I don't. For what?
Did you see that speech he did a couple weeks ago when he exposed them?
What was exposed? What happened?
FRAUD.
So you're telling me that there was enough FRAUD in the 2020 election that would have overturned it for him to win?
110%.
Cool. Provide that evidence. Because if you provide that evidence, you would be a multimillionaire, since that evidence has not existed up until this point.
Well, Trump's a billionaire, so I guess he takes that lead before me.
No. But where's that evidence? Because I don't think anybody has seen the evidence that there was. Over the last 30 years, there has been like less than 100 examples of fraud, of voting fraud, over the last 20 to 30 years. Are you aware of that?
Yeah, but we're in the existential threat of our own existence, our own bloodline.
How could there be fraud when you have to provide your ID to register to vote? And then when somebody votes, they match it up to the registration. So it's impossible for an undocumented immigrant to vote for somebody. It's impossible for somebody to vote for you because they have to match it up to your registration. Where is this fraud occurring?
Check out Fulton County, Georgia, cold state of California.
And what happened there? California? You're telling me California would have voted for Trump? A blue state would have voted for Trump.
He lost, but he should have won California, I believe. But
you're telling me a Republican would have won California. You truly and really believe that?
This is a revolution. This is a change in.
You're not responding. That's not an answer to anything.
Yes.
Give me the proof of fraud. Give me the proof of that in California.
Well, they don't want to. They got ballot dumpers. 3 a.m. in the morning.
So provide the evidence. Yeah, show that evidence.
It's on. I think he posted it back in March. True Social. Go back to that post.
So you're telling me True Social had evidence that there was enough fraud in California to overturn it? Really?
Yeah, because they don't want to put it.
Provide
on CNN. They don't want to put it on mainstream media. So
show me the evidence. Yeah, Fox News would have talked about it. Newsmax would have spoke about it. So where's the evidence? Show me it.
Video surveillance footage. That's their evidence.
So video surveillance footage. Can you tell me the link to it?
March something True Social.
A True Social post. And what did it show specifically? How did it show that there was fraud that would have overturned the election?
Ballot dumpers, 3 in the morning, coming in.
Ballot dumpers? And what ballots did they dump that you are aware of?
You talking about California or Fulton County, Georgia?
You're making the claim, so either one, really.
Well, we'll go. The one that really mattered was Fulton County, Georgia. So we'll go with that one.
Okay, so you talking about the area where Trump asked for 11,000 more votes so he could have won, even though that still wouldn't have caused him to win the election?
That's he didn't even need that. He could have needed all the ones that got burnt in the bags. That's what
you really believe this? That this is something you truly believe to your core?
I didn't, but then I looked at the footage. I was like, this is real, man.
Okay, so this supposed footage How do you know that it was ballots that weren't counted and B, get ballots that weren't counted that were for Trump? How do you know that?
Because why would you burn bags? Why would you do that?
What was in these bags that you know for sure were uncounted Trump voted ballots?
Well, it's right next to an election
You're not
facility.
answering my question. How do you know that in these bags were uncounted ballots for Trump? How do you know that? If
Because
this
the
were
whole
true, tens of thousands of people in Atlanta would know that their vote wouldn't have been counted because you can check. That's not the case. You're just delusional.
how am I?
You're
I mean, I can.
delusional. You're delusional, and or you just can't accept that the guy you voted for lost the fucking election.
He won 3 times. I was
Well,
just
he
gonna
didn't
say
though. Well, he didn't though. I know you want to say that because you can't accept the loss. The guy who's known for saying fraud throughout his entire life, every time he didn't win an award, anytime he didn't win a contest, every single time he has said that the other people cheated. You're telling me him saying you Democrats cheated?
I mean,
Now it's accurate.
I mean, honestly, I don't really care. At the end of the day, he's the winner. He had
He
the last
didn't.
word.
If he won in 2020, he would have been president.
He had the last word. I mean, I don't really care at this point, but history needs to
What
be.
does the last word mean? What does that mean?
The last word means he won. He's our president right now.
He won in 2024. He didn't win in 2020, and if
But
he did, he couldn't have won in 2024 because presidents can't run for more than 2 terms. So what
and
the
here
fuck are you talking about?
and this is an interesting conversation where this is going.
I encourage any fucking idiot in the comments section, user 317 included, to provide actual objective evidence that Trump won in 2020. I'll pay anybody $500 right now. You have my word, $500 if
Well,
you provide objective proof that I cannot argue. You got a violation. You got a violation for election for what is the name? Civic election, whatever the fuck it's called. Anybody is welcome to provide evidence, by the way. I will pay you $500. Google it. No, I'm asking you guys to provide evidence, and I will pay you $500. Ruben, what's up?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, did you vote for Trump?
Can you hear me?
Did you vote for Trump?
Did I? No, I don't. I don't vote.
Oh, okay. I'm just looking for opposition, so take care. Justin, did you vote for Trump?
No, but I would
Justin,
have.
what does that mean? How old are you?
29.
What do you mean you would have?
I mean, it's clear as day. I mean, I don't understand. Like,
What do you mean you would
what's
have?
the
No, what
what's
do you
the
mean by
point
you
of?
would have?
Because I mean, he's the best candidate, dude. Like, do you not
Then
see?
why didn't you vote for him?
Because I don't trust any of them. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Wait, so you don't trust them, but you would have voted
But he's
for
the
a guy
best.
you didn't
He's the best
trust?
person I would go with. Yes.
Okay, so what's he doing now that you feel is beneficial for our country?
You have a car.
I do have a car, but what is he doing now that's beneficial for
Okay,
our country?
so you got to go get gas, right?
I probably fill up once to twice a month.
Yeah. So do you see the prices been changing, right?
Yeah, I see the prices being more than
Okay,
when
then
Trump
that's all
entered
I have to say.
office.
You can go ahead and
No,
kick me, man.
wait,
That's all I got to say, man. I'm out.
The prices are higher now than when Trump entered office. What are you talking about?
They're lowering, man. I've been seeing it. You can't tell me what I've been seeing. Also, I'm just being
So
honest with that. So don't try that with me.
gas was $3.19 in January of 2025. Currently, we're looking today $4.06.
I don't know where you live, but it's not there.
National
Yeah,
average
sorry.
for national
I'm in
average
Texas
wherever
also.
Justin
So
wherever you live, it's more expensive than when Trump entered office. I don't care where you live in
if it's more
America.
expensive, then why is gas like $3.49? It
That
sometimes
would be,
goes up a little
which
bit.
is
It
more than
depends
when
on
Trump
what
entered
week,
office.
but sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, dude.
Justin, where in Texas are you? We're going to look up gas prices when Trump entered office.
Nah, I don't
Tell me
like
the
telling
nearest
people
city.
exactly where I'm at.
All
That's
right,
weird.
so you're
Where are
all
you
right,
at?
so you're a fucking wuss, so you can't do
What
that.
state do you
So
live
in
in?
Texas, we're
What
going to
state
look
do you
at
live
price.
in?
I'm looking at the average price in Texas right now, Justin. Since you're
Can you
too afraid
not
to
tell
tell
me
us
what
where you
state you
live.
live in?
Yeah, I live in Florida, but that's irrelevant to the talking point. So, anyways, in 2025, when Trump entered office, January of 2025, it was roughly $2.60-something when Trump entered office. It is currently $3.56 in Texas. As an average, guys, before anybody starts telling us the prices where you live in Texas, average Texas. So you're on mute. You can unmute yourself and you can respond to what I just said. Yeah, so it's roughly almost $1 more. It's roughly almost $1 more.
This is my thing.
Well, can you respond to what I just said?
Yes, I'm going to. I'm trying to. Okay. You just stopped me from speaking. Can you not talk for like 20 seconds, bro?
As long as you disprove what I said, sure.
So I can only speak on your terms. I can't speak how I feel. I can only speak how you want me to.
Well, your feelings aren't facts.
Oh, that's the problem with the Democrats. They don't care about feelings. It's a party that is not of God.
Really?
And that's the difference. That's why we will never see eye to eye. There's one party who is pushing things that are not of God. There's another party that is trying to.
Not of God.
With that being said, nobody can have a common ground. It's just ridiculous, dude.
I don't want to push a make-believe sky daddy.
It's just ridiculous, dude. Nobody can find a common
Justin,
ground.
we're talking about gas prices. God has nothing to do with your fucking gas.
I'm not gonna win this argument or this debate with you.
I know
you don't have the same. You don't have the same heart.
I know you're not.
The same
I know
mind,
you're not.
And you do not believe in God.
Shut the fuck up. I know you're not going to win it because gas is not cheaper than it was when he entered office, so there's no possible way you can win the argument. And God has nothing to fucking do with this. All right? If you want to believe in God, that's fine. It has nothing to do with politics, and it should have nothing to do with politics. You can unmute yourself, but God is irrelevant to politics, as it should be. We should keep them separate.
In my life every day I wake up.
You're allowed to believe
that's your problem. So you can go ahead and kick me, man.
Justin, you can believe in God, that's fine. Keep it out of politics. You trying to run right now? Are you? It sounds like you're trying to run. If you're off screen and you're trying to talk, that's why we can't hear you.
No, I wasn't trying to talk, dude. I was actually about to quote unquote run, which means that I don't want to give my energy to somebody who doesn't have the same beliefs that I have. There's no point in arguing with you.
What does God have to do with politics?
A lot.
Tell us.
Do you read the Bible? What the fuck?
What does God have to do with politics? Tell me how God should be related to politics.
If there's a specific party, right, that are pushing things that is not of God, why would I want to vote for that specific party? Even
tell me what God has.
Trump.
Tell me
if
what
I have
God
to choose
has
the red
to do with
man,
politics.
the orange man,
Justin, you're not answering the question. Justin, you're not answering the question. What does God have to do with politics? And don't give me some stupid typical politician answer. That's what you just did. You gave me a typical politician answer.
No,
you didn't really answer the fucking
that's
question.
Not a typical,
yeah, and by the way,
level.
Trump doesn't believe in God. Trump doesn't believe in God at all. He's not religious.
How do you know that? He told you that?
Yeah, because the guy when asked what his favorite Bible quote,
bro.
Because when asked what his favorite fucking Bible quote was, he said it was too personal. And when asked if he believed in the Old Testament or New Testament, he said both. He doesn't really believe in God. It's fucking obvious he doesn't believe in God. And if you believe that he does, that's absolutely insane.
And let me see it.
Let
me see it. I have to see.
Do you want me to show you the clip of him?
If you show me the proof, then you win. Show me the proof. Show me a video where he said that.
Oh, you don't. That was back in 2015.
No. Show me the proof.
Yes,
show me the
I'm
video.
about to. Shut the fuck up.
No, you're not. You're gonna kick me.
I'm not going to.
There's no video of that.
Jump. Okay.
That's why it's disrupting the spirit, bro.
I'm about to do it. I'm about to do it right now, buddy.
We living in a world right now where it's good versus evil.
Shit. Hold on. Here.
So there's no point in even debating.
And you said, I think last night in Iowa, some people are surprised that you say that. I'm wondering what one or two of your most favorite Bible verses are.
I wouldn't want to get into it because to me that's very personal. You know, when I talk about the Bible, it's very personal. So I don't want to get into verses. I don't want to get into.
There's no verse that means a lot to you that you think about or cite.
The Bible means a lot to me, but I don't want to get into specifics.
Even to cite a verse that you like.
No, I don't want to do that.
Are you an Old Testament guy or New Testament guy?
Probably equal. I think it's just an incredible. The whole Bible is an incredible. I joke very much so. They always hold up the Art of the Deal. I say my second favorite book of all time. But I just think the Bible is just something very special.
The guy is fucking grifting you over and over and over. It is painfully fucking obvious he is not religious, and he just shut up. I showed the video that you said I couldn't show.
What did he say in the Bible?
So goodbye, buddy. All right, I'm gonna. Actually, I think I fucked up the audio. Every time I happen to play a YouTube video, it fucks up the audio, and I'm not going to be able to hear the next guest with these headphones on. I'm going to try, but I'm not going to be able to hear. I shouldn't have clicked on that link. I should have clicked on a different link. I'm not going to be able to hear this person unless I take my headphones off. And if I take my headphones off, then YouTube is going to hear a double voice. Oh, wait, I hear them. Jeff, what's up? Never mind, guys. Never mind. All right, goodbye, Jeff. Somehow I didn't fuck up the audio. Every time that happens, it fucks it up. But it didn't happen this time. That's good. Hello, Dylan.
I think you're delusional.
Oh, yeah? I just need to know your age first. How old are you? And then we can talk about me being delusional.
24.
Okay, why am I delusional?
Gas was way higher under Biden than
What was the gas prices when Trump took office and Biden left office in January 2025?
It was way more higher under Biden.
Okay, so when Biden left office, I have the prices right in front of me from EIA, which is the Energy Information Administration.gov. It is $3.19. Currently, today it's $4.06. Last time I checked, $4.06 is higher than $3.19. Unless math changed recently, $4.06 is higher.
I don't believe your fallacy, your statistic.
You don't believe my fallacy? That wouldn't even be the right word to use.
I think you're fiction.
You think I am fiction? No, what you're trying to say is what you think what I'm saying is fiction. You can't even speak properly.
You even told the last guest talking about the election. You know who won. You know
what in 2020? What in 2020? Would you like to show evidence that there was more votes for Trump? $500. The offer is on the table. The offer is on the table. $500.
You're saying he was more popular than Obama. Hussein Obama.
Obama didn't run against him in 2020.
But he was more popular based on the votes, and that's not true.
Show me evidence that Trump got more votes in 2020. I'll pay you $500.
We'll get off this topic because I don't want to get a violation.
That's what I thought. Goodbye. Guys, it is a ongoing offer, by the way, from here until the end of time. That is an ongoing offer. Hi, Squid.
Hello.
Hi, You sound like you're friendly because you sound nice. You didn't vote for Trump, did you?
No, absolutely not.
See, I could tell. You just didn't. Try not to say it on a live stream, but take care. Jesus, that went south a little quickly. You can always tell, though, guys. You can always tell. I have a Discord server on you. I don't know what that means. Fran, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Hi, how old are you?
41. I was listening to you earlier. I've been listening to you for like a good 15 minutes. I did vote for Trump. But my question to you is based on what you were talking about earlier.
Sure.
What's up with you and millionaires? Why do you envy their money?
I was talking about billionaires mostly, but we haven't spoken about that in a good 20, 30 minutes. But we can talk about that. It's not about a matter of envy. It's a matter of them hoarding so much resources and wealth while people are living on the streets and other people are not even paycheck to paycheck and some who are just barely paycheck to paycheck. I think that's unethical.
Why? If they earned it legally, why is it unethical?
Because I think
if they earned it through fraud and through other people's back, then I do understand your point.
Exactly.
But if they earned it legally.
Yeah, you can't be a billionaire without earning it off of people's backs. It's impossible.
Or do you mean giving people jobs, creating jobs, and them making money?
They don't create jobs. They are not creating jobs. I don't know where you got that from. Jobs can exist without billionaires. And the vast majority, 90% plus of companies hold less than like 1,000 employees. So they don't really create jobs.
Yes, they do.
Well, they don't
Unless
create
they're
jobs. No, friend. They don't create
unless
jobs.
they're
They
drug
don't.
dealers or
Friend, friend, friend,
then
friend,
yeah,
friend. They don't create jobs. These jobs have already existed and would exist whether they are there or not.
that doesn't make sense
Sure, it does. You
because
don't need
we
those.
live.
Hold on, hold on. Like for example, we were talking about Apple earlier in the conversation. Apple employees can be Apple employees, and they can still do what they do without somebody being a billionaire, as the like owner of the owner of Apple or CEO of Apple, whatever the case is.
Okay, for example, Tim Cook, of course, because he has
His
created
name's Tim
value.
Apple. It's Tim Apple.
Tim Cook. I mean, he has created value, and of course, he deserves to
He
be.
didn't create shit. He just took over Steve Jobs' job.
Yeah, and
So
he
he didn't create
shepherd. He
shit.
was a
He didn't
steward
create
of the
shit.
company. He
What
was
the
a
fuck
steward
did
of
he
the
create?
company.
Tell me what
Services
he.
under him,
But hold on.
expanded
Hold on. But what did he create that the workers themselves weren't doing?
because he um, grew the company and grew jobs.
Those jobs have already existed when he took over.
No, because if it wasn't for that service, no jobs would exist.
So you're telling me there's more jobs now under under Tim Apple than there was under Steve Jobs that he created.
There's more opportunity for wealth.
What opportunity is there that wouldn't have
Okay,
again already existed?
let me ask you a question. Maybe we can understand each other. You live. You said you live in Florida, right?
I
And
do
let's
live
say
in
you
Florida.
live in a rural part of Florida, and IHOP came to your neighborhood. They're going to
Mm-hmm.
come and create jobs, and of course, IHOP is going to make a lot of money because they're creating value for the citizens. And of course, the CEO is going to make a shitload of money, and that's how capitalism works. You
Wait,
reward
what?
people who are.
Do that again. Hold on, I missed what you said. What about? Go ahead, do that again. I'm sorry.
Okay, so let's say you're in Florida, right? You live in a
Yes.
rural part of Florida. There's no diner, but then IHOP comes into town and they
Okay.
invest
Mm-hmm.
$20 million to put up this beautiful restaurant in your neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and then IHOP hires waiters, cooks, linemen. Everything
I get
that
what you're saying.
that it
Uh huh.
takes
Uh huh.
to run a restaurant. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, the initial investment that IHOP is making, they want to make 10 times more of that because they
But
created value in your neighborhood,
hold on.
which means that they're paying
But
taxes
why do they need to be a billionaire for that to occur? They don't have to
because
be a billionaire for that to happen.
society rewards that. And
But
and that's
but
that's the beauty about this
that's the
country.
thing that but that's what I have an issue with is that
Okay,
these workers can exist and they should be getting paid a livable wage without these people making tens and hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars, right?
okay,
Why
let me
don't
ask you a
why
question.
what if they
Okay,
instead what if instead they make instead of them making say 100 million a year or their wealth being 100 million a year, they are worth 10 million a year, right? And pass that on to the workers. What's wrong with that?
well, there's many companies where they share their profits with workers.
What?
There's a lot of companies that share their profits with their employees.
What companies
I think back
what
in the
companies do that where people
Starbucks used to do
where
that.
okay, so you're
Starbucks
telling me
used to
with
do that.
Starbucks, you're telling me the CEO of Starbucks is making far less than 500 times the average employee there, which is typical what we see with
No,
companies.
because then what would motivate them to become a bigger company?
It would
Maybe
motivate them to become a bigger
that's
company.
what we
Why
don't
do
agree.
but why do they have to be a billionaire for that to occur? They can grow their company without them hoarding all this wealth and resources.
Because society has rewarded them to
But
motivate. And that's the
we're
difference
going in
between
circles though.
yeah.
But why
And
does
here,
that have to happen?
let me try to make another point. Maybe you understand. Let's say you go to a different country in the world. They don't have the same structure we have, and that's why other countries are not as nice. We get because you're an American, you've lived
Not
here
as
all your life.
nice? What country are you referring to as not as quote unquote nice?
We have like the nicest stores, clean stores. We have innovation. We have
We have clean.
ChatGPT. There's so many things that
Chat GPT doesn't exist in other countries. The internet, Chat GPT doesn't exist in other countries.
No, it was created here because the society has decided to reward the people who bring innovation to our lives.
This is absolutely insane. This is like the one of the
Why?
insane, because you're telling me Chat GPT doesn't exist elsewhere. You're saying we have Chat GPT, but other countries don't.
No,
That's
we created
absolutely
it
insane.
because there was an incentive. There was a young
Who's
man
we?
who
Who's
was
we?
there's
Who's we?
society.
But no. Who's we specifically created Chat
The
GPT?
consumer.
Who?
Oh, the CEO. One day there was a young guy who was really smart. He was like, "Hey, let me work on this AI." It took him a lot of risk.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure he invested a lot of money, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of a huge risk.
But these people can afford to take risks because if they don't succeed in whatever they're doing, they still have all of their wealth that they can go back on.
Not
You and
all.
I cannot afford to do that. They can take these quote unquote risks, and they're not even really risks because they have something to fall back on. We can't do that. And why is that okay?
I just don't agree.
You
that's why I love it.
you don't agree that people should be paid a livable wage. You
I
don't
didn't
agree
say
with
that.
that.
I didn't say that.
But that's what we're arguing, that people should be getting
You're
paid a
putting words
livable
into my
wage.
mouth.
But that's the entire fucking argument.
Companies should pay top dollar to bring in the best of the best employees so they can innovate for their companies, so they can become more richer. It's an incentive.
Richer. But why do
more
we
profits.
want them to be? But why don't you want us to be richer? The bottom 90%. Why don't you want us to be
As
richer?
they become rich, we become rich too.
No, we don't, because the wealth gap has gotten greater and greater over the years. That's completely untrue.
I disagree. Look,
that's not something you can disagree on. The wealth gap has absolutely gotten bigger over the years, 100%. As they get richer,
how many
we don't
billionaires
get
are in
richer.
this country?
We do not get richer proportionally. And by the way, I do need to read this out loud. David, thank you so much for the 5 on the Blue Hat with the B. W. David in the comments, it says, "What does an investor class contribute that justifies asking ordinary Americans to accept a lower standard of living in order to sustain it?" That's a good question. Do you want to answer it?
Ask it again. I'm sorry.
What does an investor class contribute that justifies asking ordinary Americans to accept a lower standing of living in order to sustain it?
In my opinion, I believe because they take the initial risk, and without that capital, these companies cannot flourish and cannot try.
Why is that more important than you and I, and again, the bottom 90%, having enough money to afford food, housing, healthcare?
Because we don't have that type of money, that doesn't mean that we're less than them.
But I understand we don't have that money, but that's the entire fucking argument that I believe we should. I'm not saying that everybody should be getting paid millions or anything like that. I just want people to have enough to be able to afford the basic needs that I think humans all deserve. Even the people I don't like. Even if I disagree with somebody, I still think that they should have healthcare, food, and housing.
There's a fundamental question. What is enough? What is enough for you? It might not be enough for me. What is enough for me? It may not be enough for my neighbor.
Yeah, of course it's not going to be objective, but clearly we can agree that whatever we have right now is clearly not enough for basic needs. But I'm talking about just basic needs. I'm not talking about enough to afford 2-3 houses. I'm talking about enough, again, to be able to feed you, your spouse, your family, be able to have a roof over your head, and be able, if a huge bill comes up for healthcare, to be able to afford it. That's it. That's all I want people to have. I'm not asking for anything more than that.
I think in 2026, it's very hard to find a company that doesn't pay a competitive wage. It's really hard.
The federal minimum wage is under $8.
And most companies pay more than that.
Yeah, in order
because
to
you're
keep up with the standard of living, I think it's roughly, I'm going to have to double check this, but it's roughly $23, $24, $25 an hour just to be able to keep up with the current standard of living.
no, because if you go to rural town, you don't need $20 an hour to survive. You need far less.
I'm talking on
But
average. Talking on
if
average,
you live in
it's
if
going
you
to be
live in
different. Yes,
Northern
you're right.
Virginia,
I agree. It's going to be
you
different.
need way more than that.
I agree. It's going to differ depending on where somebody lives, but that's not my argument. I'm just saying whether you live in rural Oklahoma or if you live in the city of San Francisco, both of those individuals, I think, should be able to have a house over their head, or a roof over their head, rather, food and healthcare.
Yeah,
How?
I
Why
don't
would you
disagree with
disagree?
that
How can?
point, but I
Yes.
disagree
So
that there
so
should be
then,
billionaires because they take the risk that me and you
but
can't.
why do they have to be billionaires for that to occur?
Because we reward excellence. We reward as a
But why?
society,
But why can't
don't
they
we?
say be 100 millionaire and still have the benefit, so to speak? What in their life changes? So if somebody is their net worth is 1 billion, and then over a year their net worth becomes 100 million, what really changes in their life?
Nothing if they don't blow their money off, because that's another
Right,
that's another
right. But
issue, that there's people that they can have $1 million and it's like they don't have $100 because they will just blow it off like water.
right, that's my point though. But imagine if every single billionaire, right, like anything over 1 billion, didn't exist, and all of that got passed on to you and I and everybody in the bottom 90%. Don't you think that'd be good? And nothing in their life changes. All of those people still have their fucking yachts, their houses, their whatever the hell they pay for, everything. They still have
Can
all
I ask
that
you a
shit.
question? Do you know millionaires? Because I know millionaires, and they,
What is
they don't like old school money. They don't care about yachts, and they're not like, it's not like the rap music that people are flashy with their bling bling. People who have
what?
money, like real money, they don't flash their wealth.
I'm not talking about millionaires. I'm talking about billionaires. There's a huge, huge difference between a millionaire and a billionaire. The difference is 1,000x if you're talking
Okay,
about
fine.
1 million.
Let's take Elon Musk $1 billion, okay? And
I don't
let's
know why
see
you're
if
not
no,
responding
no,
to
no,
anything I'm saying.
no, and let's see if he's motivated to continue working in his companies
Why
that have
wouldn't
brought
he?
greater
Why
good
why
to society.
why wouldn't he? He can still one can still do all of those things while
Look,
still
he
not being a
has
billionaire or even a trillionaire. Now he's technically a trillionaire at this
a
point.
trillion. Yeah.
That's
Look,
even worse. That's even
he
worse.
created Starlink, and he's helping Ukraine fight this war. If it was no Musk, who would be helping him? Me? You? We wouldn't be able to do that. We don't have the capital.
Okay.
Do we have the
First,
capital?
that's an insane talking point. Ukraine, we can supply Ukraine with all the weaponry that they need without
No, no,
Elon Musk
satellites.
existing.
The satellites. That's what he
Yes,
created his company.
those things can exist without Elon Musk. But even if he did exist, and he was worth, instead of 1 trillion, just like 100 million, which that's going to be a huge fucking difference. Why would that change?
But can you provide that? If you were be able to provide Starlink to these countries, don't you deserve to be a billionaire? Of course you do,
No, I don't
because
think anybody deserves. I don't think anybody
you
deserves that.
you're bringing value to humanity.
Yeah, again, but why do you need to be a billionaire to do that? I don't know why you're still not answering that.
Because society rewards you.
We keep going in circles here.
It's no.
All of that could be true while billionaires still not existing. All of that can still be true. I got to read another thing from David. David, thank you again for the 5. This one says, we've been told for nearly 50 years that wealth at the top will eventually trickle down, which it has not. What evidence is there that it has? And if it hasn't, how much longer are Americans supposed to wait?
It does trickle down, because no poor person has ever hired me. No poor person. only rich people who got money, and most of them are
Again,
Democrats. The funny thing about it.
that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. I don't give a fuck if you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, or you don't give a fuck about politics. That still has nothing to do with what I'm saying here. In order for people to be today, people at bare minimum need to be making $50,000 at bare minimum. Even then, it's going to be tight. So we're talking about like $50,000 to $70,000 just for people to afford the basic needs. And I would describe the basic needs as a roof over their head, food, and healthcare. $50,000 to $70,000. That wealth exists. If you add up
That's
all
not
of the wealth
all.
that
50
if
sounds.
you add up
That's not all.
if you add up all of the wealth and resources that exist within just even the country, within our country, we have that. That absolutely can exist. People can be paid that. That wealth is there. It's not like we need to create it. It already exists.
And it does. I mean, well, let me ask you a question. Should a car mechanic make the same thing as a pet sitter?
I'm not arguing that different people that have different skill sets could or should be making more than others, right? I mean, I'm not arguing that. I'm totally okay with somebody having a job that gets paid more than somebody that has a different job that provides different needs and wants to people in society. That's okay. That's fine. That still has nothing to do with what I'm saying. All of
Okay,
that can
we're not getting
exist.
nowhere. I mean,
I
I
know, but
disagree
all
with
of
you. I
but
love capitalism.
how do you disagree with people deserving to have basic needs? How do you disagree with that? How can you
I'm
possibly
not saying
disagree with
I
that?
don't. I do. I
Okay,
believe
so
a better way for everyone to
on
be
the
rich
basis
and live
that you
a
agree,
perfect.
I know on the basis that you agree and understanding that wealth and resources already exist, what's the issue here? What's the problem? All right, you're cutting out. I don't know what answer you can possibly give that would be satisfying, to be honest. So, anyways, guys, we're looking for opposition. If you voted for Trump, please hit the request button. Hi, MKFM.
Hi, so sorry. I'm just gonna be honest, I do agree, but that person, Fran, I can't wrap my head around the fact that like a server, for example, for that IHOP example, which is crazy, server maybe making like $12 an hour could
Yeah.
potentially be serving like 6 or 7 tables an hour, each
Oh, for
table
sure. Yeah.
making like $50 an hour. Like that's 350 bucks an
Mm-hmm.
hour that the server is doing, only getting paid $15 for the hour.
Right. Yeah.
And I mean,
And I
yes,
think
there are
that's
other
the same.
inputs that are being paid for, but
Mm-hmm.
like that pittance that people are being paid is just wild. Anyway, appreciate what you're
No, I
doing,
agree.
bro.
Thank you, man.
Amazing.
Thank you.
I'm gonna head out. Thank you.
No. Take care. Have a good one. All right, let's get to the next one, guys. We are looking for opposition. I know that was a friendly rate there. Typically I just want to be able to have debates. If somebody wants to say a super quick thing, if you agree, that's fine. But just try to keep it under 60 seconds if possible. Okay, Nash, how you doing?
I'm good. I was just going to talk to the guy that was on there, but I agree with you, so we can move on from me.
I appreciate it, man, Nash. Take care, okay?
Yep.
All right. Again, we are looking for opposition. Somebody said, why didn't Biden make it cheaper? Because presidents can't control things. And Trump said that he would make them cheaper. So the big question of the day is, why did he say that? All right. There's a lot of people in the request box that probably are not in the live anymore, so I'm trying to get through them. Here we go. Hulk, how you doing?
You're hurting my feelings, Doug.
All right, Hulk. Take care.
You're talking a lot of smack about me.
I give you a 5 out of 10 on that impression. I mean, it wasn't bad. I've heard better, but I've certainly heard worse. That's for sure. 3 out of 5. Drop Morty. Hi, Insidious. How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I just need to know your age. How old are you?
I am 33.
Okay, cool. And did you vote for Trump?
Yes.
All right. And do you currently still support him?
On net, yes.
All right. You do have a little bit of background noise. I don't know if you're able to minimize it at all, but why do you still support Trump overall?
I guess I was coming in on the prompt, but we can go into something else. That's fine.
Well, yeah, no, that's fine. On the prompt, yeah, that's fine. We can talk about that. So,
yeah, it'll be really short because I actually don't think you'll disagree with me here. I don't even know if it'll be much of a debate. Why hasn't Trump made gas or groceries cheaper yet? The simple answer is because the main input when it comes to pricing on food is going to be energy, and he chose, instead of tackling that as a primary thing during the last 2 years, that he was going to put primary focus on the Iran thing. And I disagree with you when you say that presidents don't control energy. I think it's very obvious that they can control energy prices in both directions. The Iran war is proof of that. And so that's really the answer for you. I don't even know if you'll disagree with that, but yeah, prioritizing the Iran war definitely affects energy prices, and that's why the price of groceries.
Yeah, in a negative way. Yeah. Right. But groceries wouldn't go down either way. Whether we are in war with Iran or not, prices wouldn't have gone down in relation to groceries.
Down on that. So here's what I would say the caveat is. If we're saying the price of groceries would be down in terms of total price value, like year over year, I would agree with you there. That doesn't happen almost ever unless there's some like huge demand disruption. But
sure.
In reality, I think what we're talking about here, and at least from what I would think most people understood when we're talking about this issue, is in relation to the inflation of groceries over the few years before he became president. The idea was that we were going to get that under control, not necessarily that the same bag of groceries would cost you less in total.
Well, that's and you do have a lot of background noise, so I don't think people are liking it too much.
I'm driving right now, so it's probably loud for the road.
You're not allowed to say it on TikTok. I do got to drop you. I have a don't ask, don't tell policy when it comes to that. So you're told, so I have to drop you. I agree with you about lowering the rate of inflation. That could be something that's possible, although indirectly, but that's not what he ran on, and that's not the impression that people gave or got. People were under, again, the impression that he would make things actually cheaper, not the rate of things getting cheaper in terms of lowering inflation. Anyways, let's get to the next guest here, guys. We are looking for Ops. Okay, Ops is anybody that did vote for Trump. I may restart this somewhat shortly, just because. Host always drops when you can't win. I spoke to everybody for as long as we have, so I'm not sure what you're talking about, Zach. But Zach, you are also welcome to come on up, but I think you're just going to use that as an excuse to not come on up. Hello, Leaf. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I just need to know your age, first of all. How old are you?
I'm 56, going on 57.
Sounds good. All right. And did you vote for Trump and still support him?
Yes. I don't support him in everything, but I do overall support him.
Okay. Why do you still support him overall?
Policies, not personality, that's for sure.
Okay. So what policies has he implemented that you believe has helped American citizens and America as a whole?
Well, truthfully, I think the Iran war, like the other caller said, sidetracked a lot of these policies from going in place. I think we're heading in the right direction before we got in this war, and it's created a lot of problems elsewhere. I'm also a truck driver, and I disagree that it doesn't affect food prices. I mean, you have to pay for fuel to get the food to the grocery stores.
Yes,
that has a big impact on the price of groceries, based on the consumer and the shipper.
Okay, but here's the issue, though. He ran on a few different things. He ran on lowering gas and groceries. He ran on no new wars, right? Those were like two of the big things that he ran on. He has gone back on both of those.
You're right. That's what I said overall.
No, I know that, but
I disagree.
But why would you still support him if those two major things haven't come true? And when it comes to no new wars, he literally could have sat in his chair in the Oval Office and done nothing. He had to do work to break that promise. He could have just done nothing.
I agree. I don't agree with the war. I didn't agree with him going to the war. I think we're heading in the right direction. Before that, I look at the alternative also.
So what policies, though? So what policies, though? You said you agree with some of his what policies, even before the war, do you think we're helping America and American citizens?
Immigration policies. I support.
Okay, so how does that help?
Controlling immigration. Big time.
Okay, so what has he done that has helped America?
Did you not watch the border under Biden compared to now?
What about it?
The people just pouring into our country. We have no idea who they are, where they're coming from.
Okay. No, well, hold on. But you told me policies. What policies in relation to the border has he implemented that has helped? Like policies?
To control immigration, he stopped immigration.
That's not a policy, though.
Well, I don't. That's pretty obvious. Laws that were in place and policy that's in place. He just followed federal law that hasn't been followed in years.
Absolutely. Biden followed federal laws. There was no law that Biden did not follow in relation to the border. In fact, there was a lot more deportations under Biden than there has been under Trump year over year. So
yes, because Trump is being stopped from deportations by the left. I mean, left and right. I mean, that's pretty obvious.
So what laws is Trump implementing that Biden didn't?
Laws that he's implementing?
Or laws that he's following. But the border's not a law.
Wrong.
So what law, though? But what law?
How are you saying Biden controlled the border better than Trump has?
Leaf, what law is Biden or Trump following that Biden didn't? Or that he's enforcing?
Federal immigration laws that are on
So what's the law? So tell me the law. Tell me the law.
I think everybody sees it. Everybody sees it.
But I want you to tell me the law.
I don't know the exact law. I'll be honest. I don't know the exact law.
Okay, but if you don't know the exact law, it's not obvious, because if you don't know the exact law, you can't tell me what law he's enforcing that Biden didn't.
I can't tell you what my eyes see and what the world sees as far as
what your eyes. Hold on, but we can't measure things off what your eyes see, because the news tells you things, right, that they want to show you, right? That doesn't mean that's reality, right? Like, for example, the news shows you a lot of crimes that occur year over year over year. People are under the impression that we have more crime today than we had in the 90s and 80s, but in fact, it's the opposite. So just because you saw things on the news, that doesn't mean that was happening overall.
You don't think there's more control over the border now than when Biden was president?
So I want you to measure and define that.
No, I'm asking you a question.
But you're the one who's making the claim that Trump is somehow controlling the border more than Biden, and you're basing it off of what your eye sees. So I want you to prove that via some sort of measurement.
I think every media outlet shows it. I mean, I don't need to prove it. I mean, it's pretty obvious.
No. We already gone through the media. What is the media showing that's based on reality, based on some measurement that Trump is enforcing that Biden didn't?
Put it this way. I have a relative on the border right now in the military. So that's not answering. That's not answering my question.
I'm
go with that. So I know what's going on the border.
That's not answering my question.
But I want to give other people a chance to talk.
No. You're trying to run. You're trying to run. I want you to show me that Trump isn't. You are, because you're not telling me what law Trump is enforcing that Biden did it. And specifically, Show me the data that
There's
Trump is
federal
stopping.
immigration laws on the books that
What is the law?
Biden
What
was
is the law?
not
What is the law? So what is the law that he wasn't enforcing that Trump is? Just tell me the law.
to prevent people from coming over the border that don't belong
That's not
here.
a law. That's
illegal
not a
people.
law. That's not a law. Tell me the law.
There's no federal immigration laws on the books that prevent people from storming our border.
What is the law? You told me there's a law that Trump's enforcing that Biden isn't. Name it.
So I can't name it. I know there's
So how can you tell me?
Books.
Okay, if you can't tell me the law,
So
how can you tell me?
Are you
how can you tell me that he's
there,
enforcing it?
and everybody else that we have open borders right now? Is that what you're saying?
I don't know what you mean by open borders. I don't know what that means.
Oh my God.
I want you to tell me. I want you to tell me what open borders means.
That anybody can come in from anywhere.
So you're telling me Biden told Border Patrol agents, "Hey, let them in. Don't stop them."
Yes.
You're telling me okay. Show me evidence Biden said that. Show me evidence that Biden said that.
Did you even watch any news sources for the last
Leaf? We've already gone over. We've already gone over the media.
I get you don't trust the news, but it was.
It's not about
trust. It wasn't
Leaf.
AI.
It's not about Leaf. It's not about trusting the news. Let's say the news didn't exist. How would you know what you're saying is true? Let's say news didn't exist. Show me what you are saying is true.
So I
know. But reality, hold on. Reality would exist whether the news exists or not. Let's say all media outlets are gone off the table. How do you know what you're saying is true?
Oh, I wouldn't know what I was saying is true. That's
so then you're Leaf. Then you're
100 years ago, people didn't have social media, and that's part of the big problem here.
Right,
exactly.
It is part of the problem. So one news outlet will show you this, another news outlet will show you that. How do you know which one is accurate? How do you fact check them? I want you to show you have the ability to fact check them.
They're all literally showing the same thing. Even the ones that hate each other are showing the same things happening.
Showing what, though, that we can measure? You're acting like we don't have measurements for these things, that we don't have data. Show me the data that can't be argued.
You don't think more than 10 million people came into our country during the Biden
Show me the data. Leaf, show me the data, please. Data, please.
Dude, I'm not a nerd when it comes to the data, but we all seen it with our own eyes and
That's not how we measure Leaf. We don't say we saw it with our eyes, therefore it's true.
Show me the data. Show us the data that it didn't happen. Show us the data.
This is your claim. Leaf. It's not on me to prove a negative. You're the one who's making a positive claim. It's on you to show it. Hint, go to the U.S. Border Patrol site. Show me the data from there. I just gave you a huge answer there to help you get to it. So what does the U.S. Border Patrol site show that backs up your claim?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into this anymore. I'd have to.
Okay. So you're just you have no idea. So you have no idea if it's true. If you knew it was true, then prove it. If you knew it was true, then you would prove it.
Somebody on the border.
That doesn't make it true. Leaf, that doesn't make it true or not.
Okay.
This is the problem, guys.
Yeah,
that we have people. You're done because you're about to run. Go ahead and run. That's fine. Tino, thank you for the $5 on the Bluette with a V. Thank you so much. Tino says the last two guests saying it's because of the war that he started is the problem. What the fuck? Farming bankruptcies are up 60% this year, according to ag.org and aglife.com. Can you ask them why that is? Thank you for dealing with these simpletons. Tino, thank you. He ran. By the way, guys, there were significantly more apprehensions at the border under Biden than there was under Trump. Significantly more. Saying I trust my eyes is not a thing. You weren't at the border every second of every day under the 4 years measuring all of these things. Unless you were doing that, you were across every inch of the border, checking every single person that came through, checking every Border Patrol agent, whether they let them through or not, then what you're saying is just very subjective. Again, we can just go to the U.S. Border Patrol site. We live in the year 2026 where we can actually fact check things. We don't just have to trust, hey, this news outlet said this news outlet said that. Go to the Border Patrol site. They measure all of these things. And when you go there, you're going to see that there have been significantly more apprehensions under Biden than Trump. And if you compare it to Trump's first term, there was a higher removal rate as well.
$29.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you still support Trump?
Why you always look all depressed, Doug? I come here and then I see like no life in your eyes.
Do you support Trump?
You look like a dead man walking, Doug.
Do you support Trump?
Like, not physically, just the look in your eyes.
Do you support Trump?
Like, physically you look okay, but just the...
Do you support Trump?
Do you support getting a hobby instead of trolling on TikTok?
Do you support Trump? Yes or no? If you don't answer the question, I'm going to drop you.
You need to get a hobby or a girlfriend. I can see you're unhappy, Doug.
Okay, cool. Sounds like projection, buddy. Sounds like projection. What does it matter to you if I have a fucking hobby or not? Why is that so important to you? Clearly, if I do this often, it must be a fucking hobby. You may not like it, but this clearly is a hobby. Hey, how you doing?
Oh, I didn't mean to come up.
You're okay.
I'm on the right side of history, but
I really love to hear that. That's great. I'm gonna go and bring you back down, but take care. I appreciate that you're on the right side of history. At least you, in the future, can tell your kids or grandkids that you didn't support a rapist as president. I mean, like, I don't know how somebody can come up here and just to support all that. Insidious, what's up? How are you?
Oh, hey, sorry. I totally got messed up there. I saw that you accepted me back, but it wouldn't let me through.
Oh, you're okay. You're okay. Let me go ahead and bring you back down. You got a lot of wind going on. You're in a huge wind tunnel. Huge wind tunnel. Because they don't let you hear it either. So now you said Biden did a better job, so you support deportation. Nice. Lost and found. You guys are like, the amount of disinformation and misinformation that you guys are fed is absolutely insane. You guys are somehow under the idea that most people on the left are against like overall deportations. Sure, you're gonna find some people on the far left that like, don't that are against having borders in general. But if you're looking at like 95% of the left, they're fine with those things. They just want it to be done ethically. They just want it to be done in the sense that you're not rounding people off the streets. You're not taking people that are literally in court for their for some of their immigration. What the fuck's happening here? Why is my thing frozen? The fuck? Oh, all right, man, froze here. User, how you doing?
Yeah. What is your plan to get rid of illegal immigrants then? You don't get rid of them, or you do? How many's enough?
Undocumented immigrants.
Yeah, undocumented. Okay. How many do you think's enough? Like, how many should we let into the country? 100 million, 200 million? Like, where do you draw the line?
That's not.
Should we let the whole world in?
User. What are you telling me? What are you trying to get at? What is Trump doing that you believe Biden did it?
Enforcing the border.
Okay, so prove it. Prove it.
Listen, every leftist creator tries to do this. I don't carry around.
We try to ask you to prove? Yeah, how crazy that we ask you to
how am I going to show that in a box? Like, if we had a moderator in this, like somebody that was in between, he would shut you up and let me talk.
Show it.
Donald Trump.
Show it.
Is it? ICE is doing a great job, but they've been around since Obama.
Show it. Show that Trump. But just show it. I want you to show that
every liberal creator is the same thing. You guys do
that. We're
the
asking
same
for
thing.
evidence. That we're asking for evidence.
Do you have common sense, pal? Do you don't think Donald Trump is doing a better job on the border? What about remain in Mexico? Remain in Mexico. He reversed remain in Mexico.
Show it. Did Joe
Biden reverse remain in Mexico?
User, show it. Show that Trump is doing a better job.
I have a real account. It's not that difficult. This is my backup. Did he reverse remain in Mexico? Yes or no?
User, show your fucking claim.
Show where? How am I going to show it?
I want you to.
I can't put a background on. I can't put a background on here.
You don't have to. You don't have to. Go to the Border Patrol site. Show me statistics that somehow Trump is doing a better job than Biden. Show me the statistics. That's all I'm asking for.
Statistics? Listen, he has 2 years. He has 2 years.
Statistics. Show it. Statistics. Show it.
Right,
statistics. Show it.
Listen, I can't talk to a gay guy. I just can't.
Cool. So you're just gonna run. Got it. Guys, why is it so fucking difficult? What is wrong with you guys? Like, what is fucking wrong with you that it's so goddamn difficult to show evidence of your claims? This is part of the reason why I do live streams, by the way. To expose you guys who are just, frankly, dumb and are getting fed mis and disinformation. Because you guys can't prove it. You just come here and yap. Lily, how you doing? Well, that's not really something I want to hear. I don't know what the fuck that was, but all right. All right. We are looking for opposition. Anybody that voted for Trump, please hit the request button. Again, if we're talking about ICE, right? Everybody is aware that ICE has existed for quite a while now. Not always existed, but we're aware that it existed for quite a bit. Everybody knows that. That's not the argument. Everybody understands that there's been deportations. And first of all, under Obama, there were people that absolutely had an issue with what he was doing. That absolutely was a thing, by the way. So to act like people didn't have issues back then would be completely untrue. But again, what people have a big issue with is ICE wearing fucking face masks and things and masks just over their face, whatever, rounding people up off the streets. People at asylum hearings being arrested, being rounded up. That's what people have an issue with. People being unalived by ICE, which we have seen last year that there was more unalivings by them than there was under the last several years prior to that. Yeah, so again, part of the issue is that you guys constantly, via Trump, via his administration, via Fox News, via Newsmax, you're just getting fear-mongered over and over and over again. And you guys are just fucking taking it in. You're just taking it in over and over. And every single Trump supporter I speak to seems to get really upset when I ask them for evidence of any of these claims. Like, why are you getting so upset? If what you are saying is true, you should be able to provide evidence, and you should be able to prove me wrong pretty fucking quickly. Other than saying, open your eyes, or look at my eyes. My eyes tell me what's going on. That's not evidence.
All right, I inboxed you. I inboxed you. Did you read it?
You inboxed me what?
Encounters are down under Donald Trump 90% from his presidency. It's the lowest numbers they've seen since the 1960s and the 1970s. Under Joe Biden, there was 10 million. There was 10 million encounters.
Hold on. How do we measure encounters?
By Border Patrol data.
Yeah. No. What's an encounter?
You're not getting.
You're about to get yelled. You're about to fucking crash out.
You told me. I know. No, you told me about showing.
Why are you crashing out? Why are you crashing out?
Listen, Fruity.
Why are you crashing out?
I'm not.
Why are you crashing out? Stop crashing out.
You said to show you. I did.
So stop crashing out.
I showed you the data. You said you wanted.
I'm asking you a basic question. How are encounters measured? You can unmute yourself. I am just asking you a basic question.
By Border Patrol.
No. How are they measured? Like, what's an encounter?
Someone that gets to the border. That's an encounter.
So if somebody is stopped by a border patrol agent, somebody is stopped by a border patrol agent, they come back, that would be counted as another one.
Counts in the state?
So one person can count as multiple encounters. All right.
Okay.
That's all we're trying to get at. That's all.
Prove that.
That's just how it's measured. That's just how it's measured. That's how that's a known fact that.
Prove
with
that.
Border Patrol agents.
I don't know. I never.
That's
heard
not
of that.
even argued. That's not even argued.
One person.
Yes.
One person's one person. I never heard of one person.
No. They don't measure it by the person. They measure it by the literal encounter.
Who is cue ball? I don't know. I don't know who's cue ball.
I don't know. They measure it by the literal encounter. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But they're down
90%
under Donald Trump.
Hold on. We're talking about removal rate as well. So what would be the removal rate currently under Trump versus Biden?
Not as much because he's not letting anybody near the border.
It's not about letting people near the border. If there were more
you don't think Donald Trump is doing a better job at the border? Really?
I don't know what you mean by a better job. I don't
Are
know
you
what
serious?
you mean by I don't know what you mean by a better job. And just relax, user. Just relax.
My name is Cue Ball on this app. Cue Ball, not
okay, Cue Ball. Just relax and stop getting angry. Okay.
You talk over people, you demoralize them, and you wonder why people don't request up to you. You don't have a conversation. You won't let me go one straight minute talking. You just
Q.
Oh,
Can I ask you a question?
Stop yelling. Hello, Brett. How you doing?
Go ahead, Brett.
I just wanted to ask you a question. Yeah.
Ahead,
So I'm just trying to get this straight. What you said. You said encounters are down under Trump, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Cool. That's a bad thing. Do you know that?
No, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I'll tell you why.
That people stop trying to come because they're not getting free stuff.
No.
Hey, Q, listen up. An encounter, okay, this is from the Department of Homeland Security. An encounter is an official metric tracking any instance where a U.S. Customs and Border Protection officer or Border Patrol agent detains, expels, or turns away.
No, it's when they stop or process. It's when they stop and process.
Brett, our user, just
let her talk,
but she cut me off. Let her talk, but she cut me off.
User,
just let her finish and then you can go. Let her finish and then you can go.
What do you think I said that you didn't say? You just repeated back what I said to you.
It's when they...
Right. It's when they detain, expel.
You know what?
Hey,
Brett, I just realized. Nope. There wasn't one illegal immigrant that came in under Joe Biden. He was amazing. I forgot.
Okay. Cue Ball.
He was amazing.
Cue Ball, just relax.
Kamala Harris didn't even visit it, but
Cue Ball, relax.
Hey,
Cue Ball,
listen,
relax.
if you're this afraid of being proven wrong, that's fine. I understand why you have to use all of it.
No, you did. You proved me wrong. It's amazing.
If you would shut up for
job
5 seconds, you would understand.
He did an amazing job on the border.
Somebody mute him, please. Somebody can mute him, please.
Q.
Thank you.
Hey, listen, bud. So an encounter is any instance where Customs and Borders or a Border Patrol agent detains, expels, or turns away a non-citizen, okay? So you want the encounters to be up. The encounters were higher under Joe Biden because they were encountering people and deporting them, which is why his deportations were also higher than Trump's. If there's no encounters, they're not deporting people. They're crossing the border without their knowledge. You are incorrect and very dumb.
Now I'm dumb?
Yes.
I'll tell you what. I'll do a live. You come on mine, and then I'll mute you every 2 seconds.
No, you can come on mine.
Cue Ball, why can't you just respond to what she just said?
All right, listen. Okay.
Just debate her talking point. That's all we're asking.
Because every time I go to fucking talk, the microphone.
Okay, you can talk. You can talk. I promise you can talk.
Okay.
I'll give you time to talk.
All right, because I'm dumb. You see, I'm dumb. I'm not successful enough. I'm just
Cue
dumb.
Ball, please, just go ahead. Please, go ahead.
No, I'm dumb.
giving you time.
How do you talk to somebody that calls you dumb, though? Where is the respect in the room? Did I call you anything?
Okay. Let's set that aside for now. We'll be nice to each other, please.
Okay.
Just let him talk. Or you can talk. All right, Brett, let's let him talk. That's funny.
I got it. Okay. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, Cue Ball.
When Joe Biden was giving people court dates, he was releasing them back into America. This is factual. And when they were getting released back into America, they became numbers that were in the millions. Donald Trump is at least trying, and then you guys are talking about ICE. ICE has been around since Obama. 67 people were unalived under Obama. So what are you talking about? What is the nice way to remove people that came in illegally?
Hold on. More were unalive last year than all of the years under Obama.
That's not true.
Yes, we can go to it. We can go to it. I can show you the data. There were so many people unalive by us last year.
They're getting more violent, so you have to fight back.
Wait, so they have to fucking kill them?
I mean, I don't know what the encounters are. Tell me how they were killed. 67 more than 67 people were killed or died. Killed or died.
You're telling me they should kill. No, your claim was that they became more violent.
I don't know what's going on of how they're being unalived. Were they unalived or did they just die in custody?
You watched it happen on TV. What are you talking
Renee Good?
about? It's on video.
Who? Renee Good?
Renee Good?
I mean, who? The guy that had fentanyl in his car?
Let's not say that word on TikTok. Let's not say that word on TikTok.
Nobody had anything in their car. Again, you're just proving yourself to be uneducated.
No. Listen, Britt, relax on the uneducated shit. I make $250,000 a year. I've written books that have been published. I'm pretty smart. I'm pretty smart.
I'm sure you have written so many books. So
nobody gives a fuck about how much money you make. Nobody gives a fuck.
Since you're so smart, can you engage in the original point I came in here and made? Because you haven't engaged in it at all. Figured.
Okay. I misspoke when I said about it. I meant to say Biden instead of Obama. But yes, there was more recorded unalivings last year by ICE under Trump than there was under the 4 years of Biden. By a factor of 2, actually. There was 26 under Biden, 55 plus last year. And you're telling me that's just a coincidence, that they just happen to have a health issue. They just happen to be unalived. Right? Sure, I will grant you that probably some of them just happen to be unalive just by whatever illness that they had. But that's not going to count for double under just 1 year versus 4 years. Clearly, there's something different happening here. Right? And you can't say that all of them just happen to be unalive by an illness or something out of their control. You can't say that. All right, well, I don't know what's happening right now, so. User, Cubo?
All right, that's the last time you did. I was talking like a moron while I was muted. Hey, Britt.
Right, but my assessment of your intelligence was wrong. Got it.
When you succeed like me, you could talk.
Nobody cares about you making $250,000 a year.
Nobody cares about your self-published Amazon coloring books, bud. Anyway, I gotta go. I just needed to chime in because they never seem to understand that low encounters means they're not catching people.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was trying to ask him to define what encounter is. That's why I was trying to get to that point. But I appreciate you elaborating on it. No, thank you, Britt. I appreciate it.
You have a great day.
All right, you as well, Britt. Take care.
Yeah.
I don't know Britt, but I know I like Britt. I know I like Britt. Yeah. Yeah. No, that was great. That was great what she said. Let's bring up Mike, shirtless Mike over here. We love it. He's loading. We got the selfie shirtless picture of Mike in the box loading. Yeah, I need to follow Britt back. Britt, make a comment. Oh, there you go. There you go. I don't think I follow you back. I'm really bad at that, guys. If you've been up on my panel a bunch of times and I don't follow you back, let me know. Because I'm a POS that I don't do that. I'm sorry. I'm very selfish. Just all right, loops. Yeah, I don't think that's happening. All right. Well, anyways. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Brilliant. Hey, guys, keep tapping and sharing. If you're watching on TikTok, make sure you click the follow button. If you're watching on YouTube, hello. Make sure you subscribe. Yeah, 2v1. Sorry, this isn't a fucking boxing match. If what Cue Ball was saying was correct, it doesn't matter if there was 20 people speaking to him. He would be able to provide the facts to be able to dispute what was being said. I get it, guys. Lubes is a friendly. I get it. I God, I want to eat my Pop-Tarts with milk, but I think my chewing is probably annoying to you guys. Fast Car, what's up?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
I can. Are you having a good day?
Yeah, are you?
Yes, pretty good. I just need to know your age before we move forward, please.
29.
Okay. And did you vote for Trump and still support him?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Okay. Why do you still support him? Why do you think? Why do you think he's doing a good job?
I think like the last argument you had, I find like pretty fallacious to make the point that because encounters are low, therefore the border security is lessened.
Right.
To me, I'm under the belief that there's more border security than ever, and this is acting as a deterrent towards people crossing. Because right now we're on the 14th month of zero releases at the border, so that's how I reconcile the fact that encounters are low.
Right, but to that talking point again, how do you the encounters don't necessarily measure that, because what if people are coming and Border Patrol agents are not stopping them? The encounters wouldn't be factored into that.
Yeah. Well,
does that make sense? That makes sense, right?
Well, it also makes sense that there's more people than ever at the border. It's like a historic high.
But who cares? Who cares? Who cares if there's more people crossing and then they're being apprehended and being removed? At the end of the day, what's the difference?
That this increased presence is acting as a deterrent. That's to me.
But how does that benefit America and American citizens? What I mean by that is, let's say there's 0 people trying to cross the border right now, and let's say under Biden there was a whole bunch of people crossing, but they were apprehended and removed. At the end of the day, it's still the same thing.
Well, I guess under Biden, right? If you're going to mention that name specifically, it's like really easy to point out that more people crossed than there, and we had a surplus of legal immigrants. That's why we've removed so many during this last administration.
Right,
but that doesn't. I don't think illegal immigrants are good for the country.
Well, why not? For one, let's talk about that. Yeah, what do you think they're doing that's harmful?
From an ethics standpoint, I have a hard time justifying it.
Really, from somebody trying to get a better life, you don't think that's a good thing?
No, I think it's an unfair advantage to give employers to hire migrant labor, people that they don't have to insure, people that they can constantly threat or give them the threat of deportation. I think that's an unfair work balance or employee-employer relationship.
Right. But that's not an undocumented immigrant problem. That would be a problem from the employee standpoint.
Yeah, and I think
which I would agree. Paying them a significantly lower wage than they otherwise would be get paid is a problem for sure. But that's not an undocumented immigrant problem.
Yeah, but I think the laws that we have between employees and employers are pretty good. It's just migrant labor is specifically predatory.
Right, by the employees. By the employees.
Yeah, so from the employer. Like, migrant labor is specifically predatory.
Oh yeah, from the employer. That's what I meant. Yeah, from the employer. Yeah. Sure, that would be that would be their issue, right? But overall, listen, when it comes to undocumented immigrants, they do provide more economically to the country than they do take, right?
I think in terms of a nuanced conversation where it's like, are they truthfully working under Social Security numbers? Are they contributing towards FICA? Are they contributing towards benefits that they might receive?
I'm not arguing overall that people should that we should just have tons of undocumented immigrants crossing and all of that. All I'm saying is, of the ones that are here, I don't really see it as an issue overall because A, they commit less crime overall as a per capita, and they do provide more in terms of money towards the economy than they do take. So I just don't see it as an overall issue. Is what I'm saying. Yeah, of the ones that would be here.
It's just because it's good for the economy is the justification. I think that's a hard argument.
Right, but I'm not justifying. Once again, I'm not saying that we should have a bunch of undocumented immigrants just crossing the border. Right, it's all good that that they're apprehended and sent back. Depending on whatever the issue is, that's fine. That's all good. But again, of the ones that are here, I just don't think it's a big problem that people make it to be. I think we have far greater issues to focus on than the few undocumented immigrants that are here.
Yeah, I guess well, border security isn't just about removing illegal immigrants, right?
Correct.
Or
Correct.
preventing people from
Obviously.
entering the country.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, seizures of cocaine, methamphetamine, heroin,
Be careful.
marijuana combined by
You can't say those names on
I'm sorry.
TikTok. Yeah, your account's going to get taken out if you do. I'm just trying to help you out.
Yeah, white powder, Breaking
I get what you're
Bad
saying.
thing.
I get what you're saying. Substances.
Yeah, so
I get it. I get it.
Yeah, illegal substances, like the apprehension rates are all increased. Like we now have less deaths of not
the F substance. F substance.
Yeah, F something.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like Trump's border presence has had a direct result in that.
I would disagree. For one, this would be a separate topic, separate discussion. I think all substances should be decriminalized, and I think that alone would create far less of a motivation for them to cross the border and bring them over here. For one, but that's again a different conversation. But we can talk about that substances and people being unalived of that less, and what that is really a result of. I would say that's much more a result of having harm mitigation things around in terms of I don't know how to say these things on TikTok, but like having, I guess I can say it, Narcan, like having Narcan available absolutely lowers those rates, and those things have been much more widespread and available recently. Having safe like needles and things like that to be able to use the substance, that alone has helped. So overall, I think harm mitigation tactics have lowered.
I guess
for sure.
I wouldn't disagree. It's worth our time to apprehend this stuff coming illegally into the country. I think that's well worth our money.
What was that last thing you said?
Oh, I just think, I agree with you that like cops carrying Narcan or EMS response, like that's definitely helping people not die from synthetic opioids. But also not even we wouldn't stop.
Not even the police. Not even the police carrying it, but that just being available in general, like being able to get it at like Walmart, CVS, and things like that. But sure, just in general, it'd be more widespread and available.
Yeah, I just don't see why it's not a good idea to also stop because if we were to have it decriminalized, like you expect it to be in a regulated market, right? Like why wouldn't we stop it from illegal?
No. Again, I'm not saying that those two things are not mutually exclusive. What I'm trying to say is like I'm not saying that if somebody's coming and crossing the border and they don't have the proper documentation and they have those substances that they shouldn't be apprehended. Obviously, they should. But that doesn't take away from the other thing that we were talking about.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. That's mostly what I wanted to talk about. Is I think it's ridiculous to say just because encounters are lower, therefore Trump is having a less secure border. I think that's like microscopically focusing on a statistic and trying to extrapolate from that.
Yeah, my overall question.
Not the case.
Yeah, so what I am overall trying to get is, I don't think that what is occurring at the border is something that would be like a major issue overall that people should be focusing on. I'm not saying it can't be an issue that people focus on, but I think people are getting fear-mongered when it comes to immigrants, thinking that they're incredibly dangerous and that this huge thing that's affecting all American citizens.
They're not concerned just about immigrants. Like, they're concerned about human trafficking and feeling like
and those things should be stopped.
Empowers narco-terrorist groups.
Those 100% should be stopped. I don't deny that.
But people at the border, like,
sure, yeah, but that wasn't not happening.
This isn't just about removing immigrants. It's customs.
Right, but that wasn't not happening under Biden, is what I'm trying to say. Like, people are under this impression that he just had an open border. Anybody who is anybody can come in. They can bring any substance. That was not the case at all, as we have seen by the data. That there was
certainly, it's just his border was certainly more open than it is now, right?
But how do you describe an open border?
Just tracking people coming into this country.
But so, what about Biden's border was quote unquote open versus Trump?
Well, I could say what about it? What about Trump's was closed? Is now the increased like presence? I think that's pretty obvious. Like,
no, but
you have to have people manned at these like borders
But given the fact that there was more apprehensions and removals under Biden, how was it an open border?
Because more people were crossing, so the likelihood of encounters was higher.
Yeah, but if they were stopping them and removing them, then it wasn't a problem.
I think that you have to have the assumption that you'll only catch a certain amount of these people, so the amount you're catching is indicative of how many are crossing.
So what you're implying is that there was more dangerous people crossing the border under Biden that was leading to more.
I didn't say dangerous. I said more people.
Well, but then how would that be a problem then? But even if that were to be true.
Well, you yourself said you don't want tons of illegal immigrants working in this country.
No, what I'm saying is no. What I'm saying is I'm obviously fine with Border Patrol stopping people that don't have the proper documentation. Sure, but that's not going against what we're talking about right here. What's up, TikTok?
Nothing much, man. What's going on?
Not much. If you wanted to say something, you could.
I think I was on a panel with this guy a while ago.
Were you?
Maybe.
Yeah. We were talking about Uvalde.
Oh, okay.
That's really not a subject of mine, but I might have. Second Amendment? Yeah, I'd talk about that. I was just wondering, though, what laws did Donald Trump put in place to shut the border down?
It's not laws. It's enforcement of laws that we already have.
Right.
Just deployment of
You think
troops,
Biden
right?
wasn't enforcing the laws before?
Not to the extent Trump was.
Then why does he have a higher deportation rate?
He has a higher deportation rate at what point?
Throughout.
Because right now, 622,000 forcibly removed, 2 million voluntary.
Right. So there's the point. So people, he's not actually deporting people. People aren't coming in because they're in fear of being deported to countries they don't come from. That's not closing the border. He's just using fear tactics so people don't come in.
Okay, cool. I mean, I guess that's what needs to happen. I don't
That's cool. That's okay with you?
I don't think deportation is a punishment.
Deportation to countries they didn't originate from. Did you miss that part? They're shipping them to Africa.
If you could say that's happening on a systematic level, I'd be like, yeah, it's bad.
You do know it's happened, and then it got struck down by the Supreme Court, right?
Why is the immigrant the responsibility on the Americans? What country is receiving those people?
Oh, you're going to blame the countries that are receiving them, not the country that's actually doing the offense?
Yeah, well, it's probably on that country to deport them to the right country.
No, it's on us to deport them back to their country. Hey, man.
Why does it belong to us?
Because we're using it as a scare tactic so people don't come into our country.
The American government owes nothing to these people.
That's not my argument. My argument is the inhumane treatment of people who do come here.
I don't think it's inhumane.
You don't think it's inhumane to ship people to a different continent in a world that they've never
that they didn't come from?
Systematic level.
With a language that they don't speak. Hey, man, can I finish a sentence?
Yeah, where's the numbers?
Okay, cool. So you're saying it's not important that the United States government doesn't ship detainees to countries they don't come from in a world they've never. Hey, man, again, I wasn't done.
Fast car.
I'm just gonna mute you, I guess. Every time I talk, I have to ask you to stop interrupting.
You're mischaracterizing what I'm saying. I'm going to stop you.
No, I'm not. I'm explaining.
Fast car, you can
so
talk
you're
after.
saying
Just
it's
let
okay.
him talk and you go. Sorry.
You're saying it's okay to use that as a scare tactic, and you don't see a problem with it. And then I'm explaining what they're actually doing, so that way you have the chance to change your opinion. Otherwise, you're just going to look like a POS, right?
I mean, you thinking I'm a POS isn't a concern of mine.
No, you don't care about human rights. That, by definition, would make you a POS.
No.
What? Wait,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
How would that not make
Historically,
you one?
the people who don't care about human rights historically are known in the history books as POSs. So congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, why? Why
Give
would
me
you not
one
think
historical figure.
Why would you not think that's
was
an
shined
issue?
as a hero?
That was shined as a hero? Jesus Christ, dude.
Jesus. No pun intended, but fuck. What? Really?
Yeah, you got me.
I know.
Man. I can't argue against that. Fuck.
You don't think Jesus Christ was seen as a hero? Like,
oh my god.
I think Jesus Christ was a 5'4" brown-skinned socialist. Do you agree?
No.
Yeah?
No, I think he said no.
Okay, that's a start.
So what's the hard numbers we're talking about here of people deported to their own country?
One person deported to a third world country where they don't speak the language and they're around people that they have no idea what the culture is like, how to live in Uganda. One person that happened to. Is that okay?
No, it's a remarkable tragedy that we should all just probably eradicate the United States government for. That seems a logical step.
I just feel like he's kind of trolling at this point.
Which is like, I don't know. I feel bad. Cool.
I just feel like
That
he's
sucks.
trolling and not really taking the conversation seriously anymore.
Yeah, he's not taking it serious, man. I just came up to
so
ask
how many
about the
people?
border, but
How many people did that happen?
I didn't mean to expose the fucking POS like this. Jeez, man.
No, I mean that's fine. I mean, all right, Fesker, do you got anything else? Because I just feel like the conversation is not being taken seriously anymore.
Well, how many people did this happen to? That's my question.
I said one.
The point is one would be enough.
One would be enough to what?
For it to be bad, for it to be unethical.
Yeah.
I mean, I said it's bad. I think if it happened to one person, like, okay, this clearly isn't a systematic thing.
But that's not the problem. The fact that they were deported to a country that they didn't come from and they violated a Supreme Court order should be something that you should have an issue with. I would hope.
Oh yeah, send them to the right country if we can, but they're in another country, so our jurisdiction is like limited. The United States government makes mistakes. I mean, I don't know if you want me.
It's a mistake sending them to a wrong country. How is that a mistake? How do you do that accidentally?
I don't know.
Wait, how do you do that against the Supreme Court's order?
Like, damn, I just accidentally went against the Supreme Court order and sent somebody to a wrong country. My bad.
And it's human error exists and it's done in paperwork. Like, that's how I know.
No, man, you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. They're well aware of what they were doing.
How is that a human error?
I give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
You're giving Trump the benefit of the doubt of removing somebody, of overall being responsible for removing somebody to a wrong country?
I mean, is this like a person? Like, who did this happen to? I really don't know.
It's a human being. Yeah, we're talking about a human being here. Yes.
So in this isn't like hypothetical. Is this like a case I should know? Or
this happened what, like a year ago, Tic Tac, or when was this? It was within his first couple months of being president.
So Donald Trump single-handedly said...
Yeah, he was moving people to countries in West Africa as well as South America.
How many?
Again, we're talking... Again, one would be enough for this to be an issue.
No, if it's systematic, like, that's what would be my concern. If it happened once, like, yeah, it's probably a mistake. Or...
Okay, I lied. It was 20,000 people. Is that enough?
And how many are deported from the border? So
it was 20,000 people. Was that enough? Was that enough for it to be wrong?
And how many people are deported? So we have like a statistical relevance to that number.
Yeah, cool. 20,000 people were disenfranchised
how many
and sent to country. Hey, man, you're doing it again, bud.
No, I just
20,000. 20. Holy smokes! Holy smokes! 20,000 people were disenfranchised and taken to third world countries, put in prisons. In systems where they don't speak that language, cultures they're not aware of, and forced to live in prison systems in other countries.
20,000. Was that enough for it to be wrong?
Fastcar, you're on mute. Fastcar, you're on mute.
I would say you're refusing to be pragmatic about this because you're refusing to provide how many people are removed in total, so you can accurately say what percentage of these people were sent to a country that they didn't belong to.
Oh, okay. So it was 2%. Is that
2%?
enough to be wrong?
So 98% of people deported or sent back to their countries of origin?
98% were forcefully removed and put in their country of their origin, but they intentionally did this to scare the other 98% and prevent them from coming through. So 2% of the population of immigrants coming into this country were abused and sent to other countries so they can scare the other 98% from ever even trying. Is that okay? Yeah, is that okay? Is that okay?
Who are they abused by?
So 2% were used to scare the other 98%. Is that okay?
Yeah, but who are they abused by?
Hey man, can you answer my question?
I'm just hung up.
Your mom. Your mom was out there whooping on them with a chocolate.
Okay, I don't think she was. So I'm the one.
So was 2% of the population used to scare the other 98%? Are you okay with that?
I think you can. Here's a tough argument. Like maybe ends justify the means if it means less people coming to the country. I don't see how the U.S. government owes them anything.
Human rights.
They don't. Wait. They don't. Yeah, they don't owe them like basic human rights to be treated like as a human should be, whether they're here without the proper documentation.
We certainly don't owe them our entirety of the constitutional rights. I think that's the Supreme Court decision, right? And it's also a Supreme Court decision that deportation is a punishment, which I agree with.
Hold on, there's certain rights that they are obviously not given in the Constitution, but but hold on, they still are allowed still basic human rights though.
Yeah, does Uganda offer them basic human rights?
We're not talking about Uganda. What does Uganda have to do with this? We're talking about our country that we live in.
We're talking about people sent to Uganda.
Hi, Brett. How you doing? We're talking about the country that we live in.
It's not abuse when 20,000 people come to the American culture that they don't share an identity with or speak our language.
I don't know what American culture is. I don't know what American culture is.
You don't?
I don't know. I don't.
That's probably why you're liberal.
Hey, Fastcar, are you a Christian?
I am, yeah.
Do you remember that verse where Jesus said, "Fuck them immigrants"?
No, he never said that.
Do you remember when he said, "I don't care about the human rights of people if they're a stranger in our land"?
No, he didn't say that.
Oh, exactly. Jesus said to take care of the immigrant, take care of the people from a foreign land.
Take care of immigrants?
Yes, actually.
When you say that?
He said, if someone comes from a foreign land, you should not mistreat them. You should not mistreat the strangers in your land.
And did I say deportation is punishment?
Deporting them to the incorrect country, and you said, what do we owe them? We don't owe them anything.
Well, that's about recuperance, right?
Are you for real right now?
What am I saying if I say I don't owe you anything? Is that like abuse to you if I say that?
No, what I'm saying is you are the most hypocritical Christian I have talked to in a long time, and I talked to a lot of them.
Okay, I mean, that's your opinion. I don't carry any weight to it. Like,
no, you just don't follow the Bible, so you want to run around claiming to be a Christian and using your Christian values to base your morals on when it comes to... No, I'm not. You're just slow. But you're also blatantly saying on the internet how you don't care about human rights because these people aren't human to you. So when they're being deported to Venezuela, even though they're from Mexico, or they're being deported to Africa when they're from Costa Rica, you don't care because you don't care about people unless they were born in this country. Just say that.
No, I'm not going to say that.
You already have. Thanks. I'm going to drop.
I care about my grandfather who was born in
Thank you, Brett. Thank you. All right, I don't really know what else we can do at this point. I think the conversation sort of hit a wall.
I don't know. You guys are kind of saying nonsense, like in trying to manipulate the words I'm saying. When
I don't think anybody's manipulating.
Equating that to abuse.
I really don't think anybody's manipulating at all. But anyway, Sis, how you doing?
Of course, you think that, right?
We're good. We're good. Take care, Sis. How you doing? Sis going once. Sis going twice. All right. All right. I don't think we have anybody else in. Wait, no, we do. We do. One more person, but nope, they're gone. All right, guys. Box is clear.
No.
What's up, man? How you been?
Life is good, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been taking it pretty easy. I've been staying off of TikTok. At least TikTok lives. I watch them, but I'm not going in them very much anymore.
Yeah, that's probably good for people's mental health overall.
Yeah. I've been fishing a lot. That's good.
Really?
I don't get service out there. Yeah, hell yeah.
That's good. That's good.
Caught a turtle the other day, and I feel horrible about it.
Oh Jesus! Oh God!
Yeah. Man.
I don't like that. That makes me feel uncomfortable.
I know, man. It was horrible. It was horrible. Like, I felt fucking horrible about it. But whatever. I'll live. He will too. The turtle will live too. But
yeah, but in pain. Sorry, I'm not trying to make you feel worse than you already do. But
no, that's the truth. I mean, I've already not slept for 2 days straight because of it. But whatever.
No shit. Well.
I'm a softie for animals, man. Like I was a paramedic, dude. I can watch humans in pain and not get that until later. Like you'll feel it later, but like while it's happening, you're just like, hey man, we got to get through this. This is what we need to do, and you get focused.
Yeah.
And when it's animals, dude, I can't. It's a different story, man.
Yeah, no, I get that. I definitely get that for sure. Well, that's good, man. I'm happy you're doing well. Have you seen your daughter much lately? Because I remember you met her for the first time. What was it, like a year ago or something like that?
Yeah, it was about a year ago now. I haven't seen her since then. I talk to her all the time. Talk to her once a week.
That's
if not
good.
More. Yeah, she texts a lot, but she'll call too. Like on her way home from work, she'll call and be like, "Hey, Dad," and then she'll get home and I'll see the kids and I'll see the grandkids, and it's cool, man. It's only been a year. I'm still getting used to it.
That still must have been like a crazy thing to like find out. Like, oh gosh, I have a daughter that I didn't know I had. You know, like I can only imagine how I would feel. You know.
I told you, man, I still have PTSD from it, man. So 2 days ago, I got another one from Ancestry.com. Said you have a DNA match, and I'm like, oh fuck. And I opened it up, and it's like it was literally from a second half cousin. I'm like, wait, okay, I'll never meet. So I still open those up, and I'm like, oh shit, is it another one? Because I was busy as a youngster.
It's on. It's on Ancestors.com. That's where you find it? Or that's where
Ancestry.com?
Yeah. Ancestry.com. So that makes me kind of want to do that, but also not, because in fear of that I may also have some sort of kid. Like, I don't know if I want to know that. I'd rather be blissfully ignorant. Is that bad? That's probably bad.
I mean, to each their own.
I just
like I don't know. Are you worried because you don't want that relationship? Or are you worried because you don't want that child support? I don't know.
Well, I would be
like
worried
if it's a child support thing, they can find you. They'll fucking find you, man. That's not a problem.
Yeah. No, a couple reasons. One, because it would be from somebody that I obviously don't talk to, and it would be from somebody that more than likely was like a one-night stand type of thing. So I don't want to say it would be like awkward, but it would be like, how do I handle this? And it would be a tough pill to swallow. Was. Well, yeah, all right, that's fair.
Mine was a weekend fling, dude. I never talked to her after that.
Also, too, I do not have the financial means to do that. But you're right; they would find me. But I am able to make it, pay for, I'm able to pay rent, I'm able to pay for groceries. But like, it's not like I have a lot in savings. I still got to keep working, type of thing.
Oh no, so, child support is not cheap. It's like $400 a month minimum.
I couldn't afford that. I mean,
that's not cheap.
Like maybe like things would be incredibly fucking tight if that were to happen. So,
my grandma used to find, well, she called them deadbeat dads, but that, this is back in the 80s, before the internet and shit. So she was like a private investigator working for the state. She'd go out because the state makes money off of it, man. So like if you're dodging child support, the state is gonna find you. It's no longer up to the mom.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah, but nobody has reached out to me in regards to that, so I guess I'm okay. But
it's not bad. It is scary. Like I said, it's a little bit of PTSD, especially after it happens. It's like, oh fuck, is it another one? Is it? And it's never another one again, at least not yet. And it's not a bad thing. I mean, she's 28 years old now. I missed the first 27 years of her life.
Yeah, no, I remember when you found out. I remember that, and I just, again, I can only imagine how I would feel in that situation. Just like the good and bad emotions, I guess. Like the good emotions of like, oh my god, I have a kid. I want to see what they look like, how they act, and just get to know them, type of thing. But also like, gosh, like I haven't been in their life for a long time, type of thing. It'd be a lot.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot.
Yeah, it's weird. She follows me on TikTok now. Like I'll see her come into lives every now and then I'll see so and so has joined, so it's like shit, but she's well aware of my politics. I'm not shy about it,
No, you're not.
She was raised, her mom and her stepdad are very Republican Trumpers. So she was raised as a Republican, and then she meets me and she's like, oh shit, what's this all about? And she ran to the left. As soon as she had a chance. Man. She was like, no, I don't think they should be doing this to the LGBTQ community. I don't like what they're doing with abortion. And I'm like, well then why, she's like, but I grew up with my mom and my stepdad, and this is where I fall. I'm like, all right, well, that's about to change.
That's good, man. I mean, that's good that like she changed like that.
I think she just needed somebody to explain to her. Like all she heard was the propaganda. She constantly, and she's a mom, 2 kids, working. Like she didn't have time to research all this shit and read all this shit.
Yeah.
So she heard the propaganda. It sounded logical enough, and then I explained to her, no, this is why they're telling you that. They're literally attacking marginalized communities, and this is the plan. Oh, shit, I can see that. Oh, okay. Nice.
Yeah, sometimes all it takes is like somebody to hear the right phrasing, to hear the right words in terms of like an argument or something like that, and then their mind kind of changes. But like, listen, I get it that if somebody's raised in a Republican household, yeah, you're probably going to like grow up thinking that those values are good, and those things are what it should be. But yeah, I think everybody has a responsibility to be able to look into the other views and challenge that when they're an adult. Like I get being a kid and like not knowing because you just kind of take on your parents' views, but at some point you do have the responsibility to like challenge those.
In my defense, Trump wasn't a thing back in the 90s, so I didn't sleep with a MAGA, you guys. That's not...
just in case people were taken. And also for the record, because I saw a couple comments, there's almost zero chance that I actually do have a kid. I am pretty sure.
Somebody asked in the comments... Sorry, go ahead.
I'm almost positive I don't have the ability to get somebody pregnant, to be honest. So,
man, I kind of.
Well, I've been on
anymore.
Jackson, I'll get to you in 1 minute. I'm sorry. I've been on testosterone replacement therapy for like, shit. What year is it? Like 10 years, and like that really reduces your sperm count. I just don't think I have the ability to do it, but I could be wrong. Jackson, what's up? Jackson, what's up?
Hey. I just kind of want to debate about like why you don't like Trump and all.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah, let's do it. I just need to know your age first. How old are you?
18.
Okay, and you obviously didn't vote for Trump, but you do support him?
Yeah, I do support him.
Okay, why is that?
It's like obviously I supported him during like the war and stuff because he kept this country safe and all. I mean, yeah, I get the gas prices going up, and that obviously sucked because obviously I've hit a lot of money for gas, but it's like he did what he had to do to keep this country safe, and that's what I appreciate about him.
So my question is this: how do you know that they had these nuclear weapons that we had to go to war with them about? Like you're under the impression that they had those things and that we had to stop them because maybe you weren't old enough, but 20 years ago we got fed the same lie by George Bush that Iraq had these same things, and we know now that that was a lie. So why would we believe this one?
Well, didn't they bomb part? Didn't they like attack one of the U.S. bases around here?
What's that?
They attacked one of the U.S. like military bases around here. So obviously, I would see how they would probably
wait. They did? Where did they attack a base here?
Yeah,
where did this happen? Who? Where? What base?
They attacked in Bahrain.
Who the fuck are you?
Oh, I'm his brother. I hope that's okay.
Hey, no. You can't be if you're below the age of 18. You can't be talking. I need only Jackson to speak. It's weird.
We're twins.
That person did not sound. That person did not sound 18. Listen, Jackson, you have to be able to. But I do have a question, Jackson. What year were you born?
2008, September 16th.
What year did you graduate high school? Yep, that's what I thought. Yeah, well, that person sounded significantly
that would make them
longer
17.
Than the first one.
September isn't here. That would make them 17, wouldn't it?
What did they say?
It'd
September. They said
17th.
September 2008 or 2007.
Yeah, it's 17.
Oh, yeah. Well, either way, they dropped.
They're about to be 18, is what it is.
In about a month, yeah. So, in a month plus, you guys can come back up, assuming that birthday was accurate.
So it's my anniversary this month, man. Oh yeah, somebody was asking in the comments if my wife and my new daughter get along. Yeah, they actually talk more than I talk with her. They're always texting. They text daily about like books and gardening and shit.
You said it's your anniversary. How many years has it been?
This would be 15 years together and 5 years married. So.
Oh, really? You were together? You were together? Really? That's a while.
Yeah.
How come so long?
Because I was waiting. Well, the majority of it was waiting on the divorce, the first divorce.
All right, well, that's fair.
You can't get married if you're married.
Yeah, that's true.
I had to do the divorce, and then we got married.
How many years was that?
That took 7 years.
Oh, okay. So really, it was just 3 years.
Took 7 years.
Okay,
for
that's
the
fair.
divorce.
That's fair. Okay.
Yeah,
that's
we
a long time.
Separated, and then I instantly started dating my wife. I don't do well on my own. I am very codependent. Extremely.
Neither do I. I do really awful on my own. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I go downhill really quick when I'm on my own. So, like, I've been with somebody for 30 fucking years, man.
Yeah, I do.
Somebody.
Ben, I'll get to you in a second. Yeah, I do really bad on my own as well. I just have a hard time, and this is probably not good, but I just have a hard time doing the things that I need in life to like really like exceed and really take care of myself to the degree that I should. But when I'm with someone, I seem to have this intrinsic motivation, or I guess it would be extrinsic, but I seem to have this motivation that just occurs when I'm with somebody. I don't know why that's the case. Probably I should look into that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, I guess like the only person you need to impress is yourself. I don't know, not me.
Yeah,
I want my wife to be impressed. That's what gives me the fire.
Yeah, no, I do get that. I do get that. All right, Ben, how you doing?
All right, you?
I'm doing great. I just need to know your age, please.
28.
Cool. And did you vote for and still support Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, why?
Well, I'm here to address the actual prompt above your head.
That's fine.
Yeah. So my question is like, what percentage of Trump voters that are just like low sentient, low IQ, handicapped voters voted for him for grocery prices.
I don't know why you used the word handicap, but
what does handicap have to do with it?
Yeah. Mentally handicapped means you have a disadvantage to some extent. You're just low IQ.
You can be low IQ with. Can we just stay away from? Let's just not do ableism.
Sure.
Yeah, let's not touch on the ableism.
Well, it isn't ableism. Handicap just means you basically have a disadvantage.
Okay, just stop. Just enough. Yes, I think people who voted for Trump have low IQ. Yes, but anyways,
that's fine. I'm asking what percentage of people that voted for him
I'll tell you this.
For gas and groceries.
Okay. I'll tell you this. And again, let's stay away from ableism. So, I'll tell you this. I would say almost 80 to 90% of the people the Trump supporters that I spoke to when I did live streams in 2023 and 2024 said that they had more money in their pocketbook, quote unquote, when he was president. I'm voting for him because he's good with the economy.
But how is there a correlation between more money in the pocket and the more money in the pocket being an actual reflection of just gas and groceries?
I'm telling you the reasons that they told me, and Trump ran on that. That was one of the biggest things he ran on was that he will have gas and groceries be cheaper than it was under Biden, and that is not occurring.
So either I'm grossly misinformed,
yes,
or I voted for Trump for other reasons.
You're allowed to vote for him for other reasons. What are those other reasons?
Well, before we even, I'm just curious about the prompt. I'm just confused. It's like, listen, making a broad sweeping statement that people have voted for him. Oh, sorry, you're not saying that. You're not making the statement that you all voted for him for that. But you're saying that why hasn't Trump made these things cheaper? I have never spoken to a single person in real life. I don't know about online, but in real life, I've never spoken to a single person who said, I'm voting for Trump for cheaper gas and groceries. I've never talked to someone ever that said that, ever.
Okay, that's fine. I'm telling you, the vast majority of ones I spoke to in 2023 and 2024, and I spoke to literally probably over 1,000 of them.
Was it children? Was it 18-year-olds?
I don't speak to children, no. So regardless, though, set that aside. What's the reason why you voted for him? What was it again?
I voted for Trump for 3 primary reasons.
Okay.
The first reason is I think he's better for ending certain levels of child slavery in other countries.
What? What? I've never heard this before. This is a new one. Go elaborate, please. Elaborate.
Yeah, sure. Trump openly said he was going to be very hard and crack down on countries that were utilizing slave labor of children on a very massive scale, so it lowers that.
Okay.
What countries?
Primary countries are going to be China. Number 2 is going to be places like, I believe, Taiwan. Number 3 is going to be, I believe, number 3 in the list was going to be, what is it? Singapore. And then there's
what about Tyson?
There's 27 more countries as well. 27 more countries.
What's he going to do about the child? Hey, man, what's he going to do about the child labor in America?
Hey, just a minute before we even continue, or I'm going to leave here immediately. Someone in your comments.
Why would you leave here immediately? Stop. Can you show any evidence that Trump is actually lowering these things?
Doug, I'm going to tell you why I'm going to leave here, okay? I came here for the first time ever to talk to you. People are saying I'm sexually assaulting children in your comments.
Stop focusing on the comments. The comments will be the comments.
Don't read the comments, man.
Leave the comments alone. You're talking to Tic Tac and I.
If you aren't going to denounce disgusting, nasty comments like that in your chat, I'm not going to talk to you.
Where was this said? Okay, where was this said? Hold on. Let me see where this was said.
Dude. Don't play his game. Fucking let him go. Whatever, bro.
Whatever, dude. Comments will be comments.
Can you focus on the conversation?
I want you to talk. Yes, I want you to talk to Tic Tac and myself.
Doug, you're fucking disgusting if you're going to allow it to happen. You're disgusting. Okay. Denounce it right now. Get the fuck out of here,
dude.
Denounce the fucking comment.
Denounce the comment right now.
I thought you said you were leaving.
Ben, you're such a fucking snowflake.
Hey, listen, no, I'm a
like
snowflake.
you are the biggest fucking snowflake ever. That you're letting a random person in the comments really get to you.
Hey, children in SA is a very disgusting, sensitive topic. Don't mention disgusting things like that in your fucking comments.
Well, maybe you should have voted for the guy who did it then.
I mean,
Doug, are you going to denounce it right now, or are you going to say it's okay to say those things in your chat?
You literally voted for the guy who did it. You denounced it first.
Are you going to say? Of course, I denounce it openly. Absolutely, Doug.
But if you denounce it openly, then why did you vote for a guy who does it?
Wait.
Why would you vote for a guy? That's fine. Yeah, I understand. Stop being a snowflake. Why would you vote for a guy that did that?
Okay, great. Now, give me the evidence that Donald Trump sexually assaulted a child.
Can you say SA, please, for TikTok terms of service?
Oh, wait, no, wait. I'm a snowflake? But you can't.
It's not my rules, Ben. Ben, it's not my rules. It's TikTok rules. Okay? Your account can get taken down if you do that. Okay? It's not my fucking rules.
So you want me to respect your rules?
They're not my rules, Ben. Ben. If we were having this conversation out in real life, I wouldn't give a shit that you said the full name of that.
All right, fine.
It's because we're on TikTok.
It's because we're on TikTok. So Trump essaying a child, I want to be very clear before I say this. I think it's just disgusting that if me and you were having a conversation in person, I would respect you. I would never
Get off your high horse, dude. We don't fucking care how you'd feel about it.
I don't know. Why are you doing this? What's going on here?
Doug, I would never say to you ever,
okay,
that you were that type of a person.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine. So, anyways,
stop talking.
Anyways, can we move forward with the conversation, please?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so you mentioned that Trump is lowering the rates of child slavery. Please provide evidence of that.
Well, yeah, I can give you the evidence for that. Before I do that, show me where Trump essayed a child.
You want the court case?
Yeah, multiple children are testified. 27 women have child. It said 27 women have given credible proof.
I'm asking for the charge of Donald Trump being charged with essaying a child.
Multiple women have come forward and said hey man, can you okay. So multiple people have come forward and testified that he did that. He has not been charged because of multiple reasons, specifically because of the fact you can't charge a sitting president. So I'll ask you again.
The argument that
why did you vote for somebody when multiple women have come out and testified that he did these things to them?
Okay, all right, listen, I want to respond to that. Are you making the argument that Donald Trump wasn't charged for SA because he's a sitting president?
Oh, no, wait. He is civilly liable for SA. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He was absolutely.
So I was telling him about the testimony, specifically from Katie Johnson. You can find this information. You can find this information at mypalmbeach.gov. And once again, that's mypalmbeach.gov. The Secretary of State for Florida has actually published the testimony of Katie Johnson at mypalmbeach.gov. The court testimony of Katie Johnson stating that Donald Trump did these things to her.
Wait. You're referring to the allegation in the civil lawsuit, correct?
I am referring to Katie Johnson, who was a child, who testified that Donald Trump assaulted her. That's what I'm saying.
Right. Is there public evidence, that prosecutors prepared criminal charges against him?
Are we talking about with a minor?
I'm asking with Katie Johnson. Well, this is I'm asking: was there actual criminal charges that they prepared, but declined to file against him?
Yeah, did I claim that?
You said because he was president.
Okay. What are we doing here? What's the line that you are willing to accept that if he crosses, that you would denounce your support of him? Because I want to make sure. That we have this line set perfectly, that you don't move the goalpost.
Okay,
what is this line?
Sure. So what I'm saying is that I made this statement that Donald Trump did not essay a child. Then TikTok said there's a case. And then I asked him. There's a case. He then said the case, because he's a sitting president, he couldn't be charged, okay? Then I was asking Tic Tac, can you provide me evidence, okay, that prosecutors decided not to charge Donald Trump in that case specifically because he was president? Because there is none.
Yeah, so we have the court case right here. I could give you the court case of it. That's fine.
I'm asking for evidence tied to the allegation, not a general statement about presidential immunity. I want you to show me proof that prosecutors didn't charge him because he's a sitting president. The answer is you can't provide that because it doesn't exist.
Okay. So you're this is what's called moving the goalpost.
No, it's not
so
shifting
at
the
first,
goalpost.
hey man, at first you asked for any evidence that Donald Trump had done these things. So I gave you a court case where I said, hey, here's a woman who said that Donald Trump had done these things and testified to them under oath that he had done these things while she was a child. She was 13 specifically. And now the goalpost has been shifted to prove that the prosecutors said that they weren't going to do this. So, like, you're moving the goalpost so that I can never defeat your argument. And then you walk away feeling like you won and Donald Trump was innocent. When in all reality, a 13-year-old girl came forward as an adult and said Donald Trump did these things to her. And you want to admonish somebody in the chat for calling you a protector of a pedophile.
Wait. Listen,
That's what happened.
I'm not going to even address that last part. I'll address this part. What does evidence mean to you?
Jesus Christ.
I
don't understand the line that I don't understand the line that you're trying to not that is
the line
enough for you to stop
your
support.
It's conceptually relevant because when I'm asking for the evidence, okay, I'm asking for information that is going to support or prove a claim to be true or false. Tic Tac is saying that a person came out and said that, but there's a major problem. The prosecution.
I'm not a person. Katie Johnson.
No. Wait. Why didn't the prosecution or prosecutors, okay, even charge
on that particular case? On that particular case, she actually reversed it.
No, that's not what happened.
On that particular case, she actually.
No.
Hey, man. Holy fuck! Why are you asking me questions if you know the answer? Then why don't you just tell the story? I'll mute up. Hold on.
If you're making the claim that they reversed the charge, okay, let me ask you this question: which charge?
I didn't say that.
You just said they reversed it.
I said she dropped the case, and then you interrupted me before I could finish.
Tell you what, sorry.
Okay, cool,
was there?
Thanks. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, cool. Shut up. Just shut up. Shut up for a minute. No? Let me finish one sentence. One sentence is all I'm asking.
Go ahead.
Dear baby Jesus, please let me finish one sentence. Okay, amen. All right. I've never done that before in my life. I don't know how I did that. Here we go. She dropped the case because her and her family had been threatened. Yeah, she was in fear of her life, so she dropped the case.
Which tends to happen in these cases. That's why women often don't come out because of this huge backlash they always get of saying that they are lying and this and that. So yes, you can now respond. Or not. That's cool too.
I got muted again. Was I muted or did I not unmute?
I don't know. I didn't mute. Go ahead though.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, okay, if you're referring to Katie Johnson, okay, her attorney said that I believe she withdrew the lawsuit because she reported receiving threats and feared for her safety, right?
That's what I said.
That's what he just said. That's what he just said.
What evidence did they actually provide in court to show the threats?
Oh, if you were really concerned with that and you wanted to know the answer to that question, you would go to mypalmbeach.gov and you would read. All you have to do, go to mypalmbeach.gov and type in the search bar. It's a nice little search bar right there. Type in Jeffrey, that guy, right? Type in that guy, and it'll bring up the court case for you. It'll tell you every bit of evidence that was presented, and it'll actually tell you why she dropped the case. So if you were interested in knowing why it's okay for you to vote for a PDF file, you would probably read the information that people set forth.
Is there a distinguishment between alleged and established evidence in court?
Why are we arguing this about why is this an argument about a president of the United fucking States?
Because he's referencing the mypalmbeach.com. That's alleged, isn't established evidence.
Mypalmbeach.gov. Mypalmbeach.gov.
I just don't understand why this is an argument. Like, we shouldn't have an argument this about the president of the United States. This shouldn't even be a discussion.
Oh,
I didn't drop him. None of my mods dropped him. But this really shouldn't be a fucking. It really shouldn't be a fucking discussion, right? Like, somebody shouldn't have made it to the presidency that would have even this discussion remotely tied to them. Like, it's Jesus.
Who was that? Was that Trad?
I'm not sure. The comments are the people in the comments.
American.
People in the comments are usually pretty good at knowing who it is. Brent, you love talking in the comments. You're finally up. What's up?
Yeah. What proof is there? Is there video proof? It's just a he said she said.
Do you need video proof? So where if a woman accuses a guy of raping her, you need video proof? Is that the proof that you need to believe it?
Do you think people who do those acts they just wait around for witnesses before they do it?
Like,
what the fuck are you thinking, man?
Well, no. But Brent, what I'm asking you is, in general, if a woman says that a guy raped her, do you need video evidence? Is that your threshold?
Basically, what they do is they're gonna go to the hospital. They're gonna get DNA and check all that. That's what they're
perfect.
Gonna do.
Yeah. That would be some evidence. I would agree.
Yes.
So in the case of Eugene Carroll, there was DNA, and Trump had the opportunity. The judge gave him the opportunity to provide his DNA to show that it wasn't a match. You know what Trump did? He didn't provide his DNA. He had 2 years to do it. That looks goddamn sketchy to me. I don't know about you, but I would provide my DNA like that if I was accused of that and I didn't do it.
And this is how long ago?
Water bottles everywhere, half full of my spit. Here you go, guys.
No
way.
Also, what happened, she had told her therapist at the time, she had told her friend at the time, and there's documented evidence of that. So unless she had a time machine and knew that Donald Trump was going to be president and did all of those things to prepare for it, yeah, I think it's significantly more likely than not that it happened.
And how long ago did it happen? How many years ago?
This was in the 90s, I believe, mid-90s. But it doesn't matter if it was in the 80s, 90s, or whatever. Somebody rapes another person, they shouldn't be president.
So they kept her DNA at the hospital then for all those years?
They had a DNA. I think it was on a dress, if I'm not mistaken, or some sort of clothing.
That stays that good for 30-something years.
No, it doesn't. Chances are it would have been degraded quite a bit, and there's no chain of custody, right? So it would have been in his benefit to produce his DNA, because they could have questioned the chain of evidence. They could have questioned the how quickly it disintegrates. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they could have put on the forefront. But instead of doing that, because like that would have been the quickest way to been like, want me? Here's the proof. But instead of doing that, he just denied doing it for 2 years. Like, it would have been beneficial. I've thought about that before. It would have been much more beneficial to him and his argument if he would have just given it up, because chances are of them getting it off of the dress is like slim to none anyways.
I mean,
yes.
Being that long, no. But I mean, just for people saying, "Hey, go do it." Hey, I didn't do it. I'm not going to do it. Why should I prove to you guys?
Because you're being accused of it in court.
Okay.
You're telling me if you were accused of raping another human being and there was a court case that you were in, that you wouldn't try to provide your DNA to show it wasn't you?
If they forced me to, yes.
But if they didn't, you would just sit there and just say, well, I'm just going to be accused.
Why should I do it?
But providing your DNA would show that you didn't. Why the fuck wouldn't you?
I didn't do it.
So then provide your DNA to show that you didn't, because you have a court case against you.
What
the fuck is going on here, guys? Like,
yeah, think about that argument.
Like, what is going on? I feel like I'm living in La La Land or something.
And he's president. I love it.
Yeah, well, think about you standing in front of 12 people in a let's say a unaliving case. Like, you're being tried for unaliving your neighbor, and you're standing in front of 12 jurors, and you're like, I don't have to prove anything. I didn't do it. I'm not proving it. How would that? How well do you think that'd work? No, man. You would give up every bit of DNA or any kind of evidence they need to prove your innocence.
Oh, for unaliving somebody?
Unaliving a grape.
That's different.
Those are like, come on, man. You don't think grape would be just as bad?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Okay.
Person's still alive.
I don't know what to say.
This is insane. I don't know. I'm done here. I just like why?
Well, truthfully, if it's between unaliving somebody, then yeah, I don't want to go to anywhere I need to go. I mean, but if the person's still alive, so you can't really ask that. That's a dumb question.
No, I'm talking in the eyes of the law. Like you're standing in front of a jury. Okay, let's say it wasn't unaliving. Let's say it was grape. You're standing in front of 12 people, and they're about to convict you for 30 years for grape. And your argument is, I didn't do it, so I don't have to give you anything.
That's an insane argument.
He said, she said?
Oh, no, yeah, I got you, Tino. Tino, thank you for the 5 on the blue out with the V. Thank you so much. WTino in the comments, that's TINO. It says 1 in 6 women and 1 in 30 men have been SA'd. On average, that is 1,200 people every day. Jesus, that's crazy. 8 in 10 know their attacker. That's also awful. Only 7 out of every 100,000 attackers are actually ever convicted. I hate this timeline, and that Brent guy is truly, you didn't finish it, but I assume truly an a-hole or something. Something along those lines. Yeah, thank you for that stats.
What do you say, 7 out of 100,000?
Only 7 out of 100,000 attackers are actually ever convicted.
Jesus Christ, man. And those convictions are probably something like probation and silly shit where they're not even actually being punished.
Yeah. That's yeah. Man, but I give your DNA. Yeah, no, Monday, you're right. Like literally not giving your DNA. That just it looks really guilty. Even outside of like the court, like in public opinion, that looks really, really bad. Like if I had a friend and they were accused of rape and they didn't provide their DNA in a case where there was DNA to match, I would stop being friends with that person. I would totally disassociate myself with that person because that looks really fucking fishy. Guilty. Whatever fucking word you want to use. So, yeah. I don't know. You guys understand. The comments you understand. It's not. I don't know why I have to convince another man of this.
So how you been, man? You been doing all right? How's your head?
I'm all right. How's your head? Nah, I've had my struggles and stuff. I mean, I can message you more about it. I don't want to get too personal here. Although I have gotten very personal on TikTok before, but I should, I probably do that too much. But anyways, no, I've had my struggles recently. Trying to get better with things, but it's stuff I've messaged you about in the past, so you can probably understand what it is. But
I can cipher through it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I am considering my stepmom and dad live in Seattle. I am considering moving to that area.
Oh
to be
shit,
closer
taking
to
the liberal plunge, huh? Going full on communist Washington State. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Just don't do East Washington.
Yeah, no, I'm considering moving there because as we were just talking about, I don't do well when I'm by myself. Like I tend to not take care of myself as much as I should. I tend to just like, I don't know what the word is. I just tend to just not do the things that are good for me, the things that help me out, the things that help like benefit my life. I tend to like, what's the word? Self-sabotage. I self-sabotage myself a lot. And so when I'm with somebody or at least near people that or family that I'm close with, I don't know. I just tend to do a lot better. And I think it's best that I do move there. However, I'm having trouble pulling the trigger on it.
I'm
having trouble pulling the trigger.
Comes from trauma, childhood trauma, right?
Yeah, I was talking about that actually with my therapist. Yeah, I was talking about that.
It's you're telling yourself you don't deserve better, and that's why you self-sabotage. Like you're so used to not having enough that you've had to survive through that once you start to do better and you start to gain more, something inside of you says, hey man, I don't deserve this, and you just like subconsciously sabotage it so that way you don't have it anymore because you felt like you didn't deserve it. I've been through enough therapy. I've done this shit. It made sense. It made sense.
No, it's 100% accurate. It is. And that's what I tell myself when I'm in those bad mental states, that like I'm always going to be this way. What's the point of like trying to get better if I know I'm just going to struggle anyways? Like, why not just continue to self-sabotage? Because, well, it's like it feels better in the moment than it is to like work on myself, try to get better, and then fuck up again or something. You know what I mean? So like, but like that's not the best mindset to be in, because I'm usually I don't make good decisions when I'm in that mindset. And once I sort of get out of that mindset, I get a little bit better. I tend to like have more of a clear mind and do better things for myself. But yeah, it's a struggle. It is for sure. It is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm in Tampa, Florida, guys. Tampa, Florida. So yeah, I mean,
lots of therapy and go ahead.
I moved here initially because my brother was here, but he unfortunately died like a year and a half ago.
Jeez, dude. Has it been a year and a half already?
Almost a year and a half. A year and a half would be in November. But yeah, okay. I'm still struggling with it because, he was my best friend, really. And it's weird because in the moment when it happened, I felt no emotions, like almost no emotions. Like I was numb. Like I remember because he had cancer, so he had brain cancer. We were all there when he died. Like he was in the room. No pulse, not breathing. And I remember just not really feeling anything. I remember thinking like, well, he's gone, and like didn't feel anything. And I cried for the first time like 2 or 3 weeks after that. And even after that, I still didn't really feel it until like months later. And I'm like now almost just dealing with it like a year and change later.
That's just natural, man. You're protecting yourself. It's a natural human reaction. Congratulations, Doug. You're human. That's all that is.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember like when you were out there with him, taking him to the hospital, you'd be on live. And he'd walk across the background.
Yeah, you remember that, right? Yeah.
That
was in California because he was getting this new treatment, for brain cancer. Obviously, well, I don't want to say it didn't. Obviously it didn't work, but it certainly it extended his life because he was only supposed to have 15 months when he was diagnosed, and he actually lasted 30 or so. So I guess it worked. I don't know. Fuck. But yes, you're right. No, we were in California getting that treatment, and then, yeah, man. So, such is life, I suppose. Such is life.
I told you about my Spanish-speaking dog, didn't I?
No. Wait,
I adopted
maybe.
a dog. So I went to foster a dog. I got this dog from a lady on Facebook, and it's purebred husky. And I'm like, hey, man, is she spayed? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, I definitely want her. I'll foster her until you can, because she was like, I got to get rid of this dog or I'm taking it to the pound. My landlord's not letting me have it. Her friends had dropped the dog off for a weekend to watch him, and then they went down to Mexico, and they couldn't get back across. It was right before Trump, or right after Trump got in office. So they go down to Mexico. They come back
this time around, right?
A week later.
This time around. You're talking about like this time around him being in office, 2025, you mean?
Yes, this just recently, just last year and a half. So they come back and they couldn't get back in. So the lady's got this dog and she's like, I got to take it to the pound. And I'm like, you're not taking the fucking dog to the pound. I'll take the dog. I'll foster it until we can find somebody. But anyway, we never fucking found anybody. It's a foster fail, clearly. Anyway, this dog, we're talking to the dog, and we're like, this dog has no training whatsoever because it doesn't listen to any commands. And then, out of nowhere, I got the thought, I'm like, I'm gonna speak Spanish to it, and I was like, siéntese. and it fucking sat down. And I'm like, God damn it, this dog only speaks Spanish because it came from fucking Mexico. I never really thought about it, but it only speaks Spanish. Anyway, so I got this dog, and she got really sick about a month ago. So we took her to the vet, and she's got fucking cancer, dude. The dog's got cancer, and they're like, we got to set it up on chemo treatments. And we're like, all right, how much? $35 a treatment.
All right.
Are you fucking kidding me? $35 a treatment. It's the exact same chemicals they give to human beings, but it's $35 a treatment because they know people won't pay thousands of dollars for a chemotherapy treatment for a dog. It made me disgust. Not like I'm really glad that my dog can get the treatment, right?
Yeah,
I'm really sad that they mark up the treatment for humans by thousands of dollars because they know we're willing to pay.
Awful.
I don't know, man.
That's
it was just I just
that's crazy.
Let's do it. You know.
Yeah. No, it is, man. God damn, that sucks. No, I mean I'm happy that you're able to pay for that for the dog, but you're right. Like. It's just crazy. So many people go in debt or go bankrupt because of medical treatment or healthcare reasons, and it's like that should never happen. Like that should be a thing that should never ever happen, and like it shouldn't have to happen either. It's not like we live in a society where like, oh well, there's no other way to do it. Like there's absolutely, like, we can make it happen where people can absolutely afford these things if they. It's just whatever.
Yeah, man. It's just like it just shows the importance of not allowing pharmaceutical companies to dick us around any longer. Yeah. Like the problem I have with pharmaceutical companies and the problems that MAGA has with them are completely different. MAGA hates them because they think they're trying to poison everybody with the vaccination. I hate them because their chemicals, their medications work. And they work really, really well, and they save lives, and they literally extend human life.
Oh yeah.
But then they charge us outrageous amounts to live longer. That's my problem with them. Completely different ends of the spectrum.
No, you're right. They have absolutely insane views of it. Like their whole thing with Fauci, they have like insane Fauci derangement syndrome. Like for what? Like it's wild because when COVID happened, they either called it a hoax or they said it wasn't really all that. It wasn't something to be taken seriously,
it's the flu.
Right? Yeah. It's just like the common flu. Now 6 years later, with Fauci, it was this awful thing he put upon society. He unalived millions of people. You can't have it both ways. You can't on one hand say that it was not that bad or was a complete hoax, and then now blame him for millions of unaliving. We all know what's happening. They're trying to distract us from other things that are happening, right? That's all it is. They're trying to distract us from things that happened with Trump, the war. That's all they're trying to do because there's nothing that Fauci did at all in terms of anything negative. All he did was try to help.
Ton.
Yeah, well, that's what I meant. There's nothing in terms of bad things that he did. All he did was try to help.
Though.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, you look back on Fauci, man. There's a really good book I read. It David. Fuck, I follow him too. Like we're friends on TikTok. I can't remember his last name. It's called Long Shot, and it actually goes through the production of the mRNA vaccine. Who made it? And it wasn't Robert Malone. It wasn't Peter whatever his name is, not Thiel, but
Peter
the
Thiel.
Other guy.
Oh, yeah.
The vaccine guys. He does interviews with the actual creators of the mRNA, specifically the COVID one.
We have a guest,
and it's pretty interesting.
Hey,
we got somebody on here. I forgot what I was saying.
Yeah, we do. So, Joral, we have to be a little bit careful with this conversation because TikTok doesn't like this. So let's just try to be careful with our words.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. I'm talking to Joral because he said that Fauci created the virus in a lab. Do you have evidence of that, Joral?
Am I able? Sorry, I'm not usually on this. Can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay, cool. No, like me personally, I don't have evidence, but it has came out, if you look at Rand Paul. And also, too, I just want y'all to know I'm like against y'all or anything like that, because I really think the government hates all of us. If you're Democrat or Republican, it doesn't matter, like, honestly. So what has happened is, I don't know like what TikTok will allow us to say or not, but from what I've seen with the COVID thing, they used our tax dollars. They created this thing in the lab. It was leaked purposely, and that was to destroy our economy.
Okay, so Jory, that's something you had to provide evidence of, because that's a pretty wild claim that they just did this purposely.
It has been proven. It has been
Well,
proven that it came from the lab.
Where
The
is it?
Wuhan lab.
No. First of all, it hasn't been proven. That's not true.
Yes,
you would have to prove
Rand
that.
Rand Paul did his whole he
There's
has
no
bring
evidence
out
of
the
that,
studies.
Joral. There's no evidence of that. Just because
Are y'all serious?
Just because Rand Paul talks confidently, that doesn't make it true.
Where do you think the virus came from? Like, do you not think our government makes viruses? Do you know where RSV came from?
You got to be careful with the words. You got to be careful with words, please. I want to have the conversation, but we have to be careful. That you have to provide evidence for, Joral. Why would they do that?
Naive? Are we also naive to think that our government doesn't make viruses? They do this, dude. We have chemical.
Okay, Joral, you got to provide evidence of this, please.
Okay, besides the studies that have already come out, which you
what
can
studies?
Google, I'm sure.
What studies, Joral? What studies?
Here, let me see if I could just bring up a simple Google search. You know what I mean? Ask ChatGPT, ask Google.
Sure.
There are studies that have proven that it came from the lab. I mean, I think we can all.
No, we can't agree with that, because I've actually heard quite the opposite.
Okay, well, enlighten me on what y'all think it happened, because I'm pretty.
No,
convinced.
I'm waiting for your studies, man. Like, you're not going to believe anything.
Okay, well, what are the studies that show that it came from wherever you came, like whatever you thought? Like, you know what I mean? What are your
hold on. The overwhelming majority of scientists and the overwhelming majority of scientists and biologists believe that it did not come from a lab. Okay, so now, and I'm not trying to do an appeal to the majority by any means, but the very small minority believes what you are saying, and I think you're going to have to provide evidence of that.
All right. Well, I guess I didn't come armed with the name of the study. I just know I've seen it on the news station. CNN even reported that it came from a lab. Fox even says it. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Fox said it. Fox also said the election. Fox also said the election was rigged.
CNN said it as well. CNN has conceded to that idea as well.
No, they didn't, Joral. And even if they did, that doesn't make it true. Joral, first of all, no, they didn't. And secondly, I don't care what CNN says. I don't get my information from CNN. I don't get my information from Fox. I don't watch mainstream media to get my news. This isn't the 1990s anymore, right?
Well, help me win me over, please, because I would love to be in the same mindset as y'all.
You just got a violation, as you see on your screen. I know you see that violation. I have to remove you. You see that? I know you see that violation. It popped up on your screen for misinformation, as I knew that was going to happen. By the way, yeah. Again, the overwhelming majority do not think that it came from there at all. So, like, yeah, if you're gonna make the claim that, like, A, it came from a lab, and B, more importantly, they did it purposely, the burden of proof is on you for that. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but
yeah, I'm not a scientist, but from listening to scientists and people who know what they're talking
about. Damn it, guys. Got bad news, guys. I got a guest restriction. I can't bring guests up. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to win this appeal. I'm going to end the live. I kind of got fucked here. I should have done that. That was on me. Well, let me try to appeal it, but I can always go live on my backup account. Make sure you guys follow me here, but follow my backup account at Dougielifts too. Sorry.